Don't let that be you. You deserve compensation. It's your right. So click the link below, answer a few questions about your case. If you qualify, a Casey Next Specialist will contact you with a plan the same day for free. Just imagine having an extra $10,000 or even $100,000 right now. Like, wouldn't it be nice to not worry about bills, rent, and living expenses for a while? If the accident wasn't your fault, you shouldn't be punished.
In an apartment that you lie about. You look like.
So what we do? Walk in the club.
I don't know. But.
You know, so crazy. The way they would tell these stories.
You kind of got it. See, Brick don't want me on his ass. So Brick is going to do a favor for me.
None of your homies.
He said Brick don't want him on it, bro. That boy crazy.
Yeah, this is.
I said, Meek, you know what's
this is
you
crazy,
know what's
man.
this about? You started taking it off and handing it to me. You was polite.
This is crazy.
You was polite. Sugar Plum, you was polite.
He said you was polite, Sugar Plum.
The amount of time they mentioned podcast is crazy.
I hear Rose. Hey, look. I got
They also
this.
have some old footage of you basically kind of explaining the checking in process.
You don't want this to get out. You need 50. He brought 52. Crenshaw.
Dangerous places for rappers. Do you believe that's true?
Yeah. Because, I mean, everybody be checking in. That's y'all favorite thing to do. Check in with somebody that's gonna rob your stupid ass.
Right.
Wow.
Yo, you think that guy, the guy that you don't know, motherfucker, in California got your back? The guy that got beef with other hoods and all that, you checking into that dude? Just go to the hotel. Get something to eat. Go back to the hotel.
Do your business.
Fun, where shit is fun. Why do you want to go over there? For what? Don't call me. Oh, it said motherfuckers be having a nerve to call me sometime. Like, what are you talking about, bro? I'm playing video games. My daughter got a soccer game tomorrow, bro. Grow the fuck up. Like, I'm not about to drive over here to.
He posted a series of
Schoolwork, you
videos,
look mad polished these days.
which
And in the hood.
really telling
That's how we do it, yo, man.
on this.
Top flight, baby. Yeah. GB running this here movie set in the hood. Come on out here. Coming out here, checking in with GB, getting these movies done. You better know it. You know, anytime you want to do movies in the hood, just check it in. We can make sure it's done. Movies, videos. But if you don't check it in, oh well. Check your ass out. We gonna check you in, all right. We gonna check in all of your equipment. We gonna check in all of your equipment.
Shit. All right. All right. Well, I mean, you tell you the truth.
Oh God.
So what we do? Yeah, like.
You know, so crazy.
You're gonna turn something.
The way they would tell these stories is like they're thinking that it's definitely not a crime.
Talking to the camera, putting out statements.
Yo, Lou, snitch on
Was sympathy from the public.
It was like 30 of us. The security moved to the side.
Call out a few people, and I think.
I said, Meek, you know what's this about? You started taking it off and handing it to me. You was polite about it, Sugar Plum. You was polite. Sugar Plum, you was polite.
I don't even know what to say.
I hear Rose.
21 years, elevated my family.
Hey, look, I got this. You got this artist you pumping. You don't want this to get out. You need 50.
He was supposed to help me. I hope he helped me.
He brought
Don't worry about it.
52, Crenshaw,
A lot of stuff y'all hearing.
and
straight
48.
trash. I appreciate the love. I appreciate people been helping me.
Do you want to see how much money you're eligible for? If you were in a car crash within the last 2 years, that was not your fault. You
That
could have
is
money.
crazy.
The truth is, insurance companies make the claims process as difficult as possible so you get frustrated and make the first deal they offer.
It'll be my last video. I'm gonna reach out
Now,
to anybody.
you know I realized too, right?
Got my own family.
So, Big U actually denounced Brick Baby. I didn't know he did this. He basically, Brick Baby was supposedly like mad cool with him. He denounced Brick Baby. He was just like, man, I don't even know that nigga like that. Let's see if I could. Where is that?
Nigga say he don't even know Brick like that.
In the video, so essentially, the last person to get picked up was the last person to get picked up. Hold on. Give me 1 second. The last person to get picked up was Big U, right? And Big U, hold on.
Jordan.
He posted a series of videos, which
Where's the remote at, y'all?
Really telling.
The remote right there.
On this page.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby.
Crenshaw Cougars. Check out these videos that he posted.
This is my last video before I turn myself in. I'm with my family.
All right.
Talk to my sons, I talk to everybody, man. I'm just saying, going to deal with this fight, see what it is. I just want y'all to know, all this stuff is quagmire. This shit is all bull crap. I just need y'all prayers. I need y'all.
Now, immediately off the bat, you're going to turn yourself in. Obviously, you want your family with you, but you want to go be with a lawyer. You talking to the camera, putting out statements. To me, none of this was for sympathy from the public, but it was more of a coded message, if you ask me, to the streets.
Right.
He's going to call out a few people, and I think a guy who I believe
that nigga was trying to tell the streets like
he's trying to drop some hits.
Right. He was trying to tell the streets like
these are the
dudes.
police.
Like,
these
you know
are
what I'm saying?
Undercover guys. These are the guys who put me in jail. Streets go deal with it. Just listen.
Trap.
I don't even know what to say. I've been 21 years. I've elevated my family. Come back. Sit in here and write and do what I need to do until I can come back home. And people are supposed to help me. I hope you help me. If you can't, you don't. Don't worry about it. A lot of stuff y'all hearing is straight trash. And I appreciate the love and I appreciate the people who've been helping me. I don't know. It's hard helping black people.
Oh, here the fuck he
not being hunted for doing it.
Big useless.
First Street, it might be to, I don't know if it's to the right or the left.
Reach out to anybody.
Sweetheart.
You hear me?
Help me on family.
Shit, them niggas is calling cash. Sweetheart.
Appreciate y'all.
Sweetie.
This is my last video before I turn myself in.
That nigga Nip did say that nigga was a monster, though.
Three more. Listen to this. It's more into
that nigga was like, Big U,
a monster. Turn myself in, and I'm disheartened by the fact that they trying to say that I stole something from Developing Option, or I used Developing Option as a front. Developing Option paid my bills. They paid my house note. They paid the bills for my family.
God, get on top of it, right?
That
nigga never mentioned the murders,
though. I never mixed that with nothing. I didn't manipulate nobody.
That nigga never said, oh, I feel disheartened because y'all feel like I killed some kid. I ain't kill no kid. That was the first thing I would have said.
Like everybody else did.
I wouldn't have said, though, nigga, I feel disheartened because y'all think I'm using my business as a front. That's none of y'all business. You know what I mean? And the other one we but I would have been like, I didn't kill that kid.
And them coming around telling me I was using Developing Option as a cover. Cover for what? None of that's going to be true. None of that's going to be true. The government putting this big-ass picture, they want to arrest 21 dudes. Some dudes I don't even talk to. I don't even know nothing about. So how the hell you going to lump me in with all them? But it's all the big picture, though. It's all the big picture. Now I'm going to be sitting in here. It's going to be years out of my life.
He said gonna be years out of my life because you know you get watched.
I don't even talk to. What they gonna say?
This nigga know he get watched.
Here, right? So it's like, yo, with all due respect to Big U, the top charge that made all this happen, they claimed you killed someone.
Right, the nigga didn't bring none of that up.
Yeah, they also claim you extorted. They claim you were trying to pimp. They claim you were doing a lot of stuff. But the main reason why you got arrested, they claim You shot somebody and killed them.
Right.
Then dump the body on the side of the highway.
Right.
You got to take some accountability, bro.
I'm telling you,
this ain't because of Brick
you,
Baby and Loose
bro,
Cannon.
If I'm Big U, bro, right? Ain't no motherfucking way I'm getting my hands dirty with all those little homies. There's just no way, bro. Like, like that's wild to me, bro. Bro. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm not gonna send no little homies to do no crash out shit, right? But god damn, bro. You 50-something still trying to be out here. This nigga said he the oldest nigga in the street still killing niggas. I'm dead, bro.
Back 100 just running their mouths. You wouldn't be in jail. It appears it's because
that nigga was running his mouth.
They think you're the leader who does all these things, but was also bold enough to kill someone yourself.
You ruining people's lives. I heard it's up with 21 people that's been arrested. This shit wrong. It is what it is.
Now, mind you, bro, I've been hearing about this nigga since I was a kid, bro. You feel me? Shit crazy.
Church, just pray for me. Pray for me, pray for my family. And you look at what we did. You look at what I did. I've been home 21 years. It ain't over, though. That's what it's not.
He said it ain't over.
Blessings.
Oh, my God. He hot,
I'm looking
though.
at this video as I
He mad, though.
Okay.
He trying to keep his composure in that video, though.
I'm looking at all these charges on the news.
Hot.
I'm headed back to LA. And then I'm looking at the people they arrested. How you gonna go arrest people that I don't even talk to? That's a big liar right there. You know what I mean? So, is that how they gonna work the case? Everybody know I don't fuck with Cannon.
That's Loose Cannon.
Everybody know I don't fuck with Brick Baby.
We ain't know that nigga. We thought Brick Baby
He
was like
said we didn't know that nigga.
Them was the dudes, and put them next to me. Them was the dudes you gonna have to call themselves turning against me. Well, ain't no turn against me. I ain't going for that.
You ain't going
you
for
might
it,
well
huh?
go get 600 and whack.
He threw them niggas.
These dudes been saying I did shit all these.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I'm not gonna hold you, bro. This nigga 600, bro, is the fucking feds, bro. I don't care what nobody say, bro. That nigga's the police, bro. Like.
So what they doing is they go on the internet and these dudes say that I did shit on the internet. Then when you say I did on the internet, they go investigate it. Now you raiding my houses, raiding my shops, raiding all this stuff. And talking about I'm committing crimes and covering up with developing option. What crimes am I committing to cover up with developing option? You know what
Well,
I'm
they
saying?
say you're covering up murder,
They covered nothing up with developing option. Shit crazy. This how they get you. They get one or two people to say something. Ain't gonna be no real evidence. Ain't gonna be no real nothing. It's gonna be a repeated thug. It's gonna be a bunch of people in jail for a bunch of different crimes that don't have nothing to do with me. They finna lump all of us up and say it's all around the 60s. Watch and see. We just seen it with Thug. I'm finna experience the same thing out here. I knew it was coming.
Okay, at least in Missy knew it was coming.
Now they on there saying all this stuff to assassinate my character. Alright, man, just pray for me.
This shit crazy.
And again,
this shit fucking crazy.
They can do any one of us. It ain't nobody safe with these dudes. If these dudes feel they want you, how they going around talking about somebody's gonna raid my house before my house get raided? How they there with the police?
He said how they there with the police, right?
Everybody supported them shows and 100 shows and all them shows. And y'all need to, everybody who following them, promoting them, anything. Y'all wrong. Y'all ain't black. And y'all sure ain't for our people.
This nigga.
Man, this nigga saying Whack 100 Clubhouse room.
Bro, this nigga said we ain't black, bro. Because he can't extort us no more, bro. This nigga sound like Biden when Biden was like, if you don't vote for me, you're not black.
This is called the 100 Show.
That nigga serious, though. I barely do shit.
Side or whatever. He said they're all police.
They can put charges against anybody.
Monday.com is the best day for work, and here's why.
That's crazy.
Let me show you some of the mind-blowing.
I'm looking.
And then the last one.
So this is gonna probably be my last video. I'm gonna go turn my.
This nigga made 4 videos saying every video saying, all right, this is the last one.
He said every video this nigga put up, he say it's the last
so
video.
He just raided all my houses. 600 was actually with the police when they raided my house.
What?
He's actually got video and footage of it, so y'all know what y'all dealing with. And I just want to say this to y'all: when they raided my houses and my property, they was asking about Whack, Loose Cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all fired. All y'all
that
be
nigga hot.
sending shit around the internet. All y'all who be promoting and listening to what these niggas saying. All y'all giving these likes and hating likes.
If you didn't
all
know the
y'all
fans was
supporting
watching you
all
after
y'all
Nipsey got
guilty of
killed,
this fuck
nigga, there's
shit.
something wrong with you.
If you
bro.
had something against a black man, you should handle it with a black man in the streets.
Nigga, you set yourself up for nigga.
Wax
They been
said 100
investigating
times
your
he
ass
gonna
since
take my
2001.
contract. He working with the FBI. The FBI went to the city 3 days in a row and told the city they didn't want nobody to give me no more money. They went to all the different celebrities and told all the different celebrities, don't give me no money, don't help me, don't do nothing for me. They went around scaring and intimidating everybody. But y'all sitting it around getting people in trouble. Like y'all don't understand what the FBI do to black men who try to help their community.
Oh, no. I know we're not getting the, oh, they're targeting me because I'm black. Big U, they're targeting you because they said you killed somebody, brother. Yo, Big U. The reality of it is, and I heard this is L.A. politics, so I hear everybody shook because in the 60s ready to go kill some niggas behind this. That's what I heard. I even told Whack, I said, Whack, you better also might watch out because I hear them 60s, you know, there's a lot more of them that's not locked up. And I think this was a smoke signal from one of the leaders to say, the reason why I'm incarcerated is because of these online guys.
Right.
And if they live in the LA region, they're now more incentivized in trying to do something that could help their leader, which according to him, even though I think it's wrong to say that, he's saying these guys are snitches. So if a leader says, yo, I'm getting locked up because these niggas snitched on me, and he's making an online video before he gets locked up, you don't think he's kind of sending a smoke signal like, yo, go take care of this nigga?
Nah, for real.
I ain't been nothing but a help to our community. But I guess it is what it is. This the price of being black and trying to help somebody, trying to help your...
This nigga done turned to Bill Cosby. This shit's crazy.
He said the nigga turned to Bill Cosby.
Anyway, what people are now saying is that
you ain't watching this shit,
Big
bro.
U and Nipsey, because, you know, did y'all ever hear?
This nigga academic.
So people trying to say, yo, Whack is the police.
He said this nigga
Whack
Big U turned into
played
Bill
an
Cosby.
video or an audio conversation. Whack 100 DNA, where the mother of the person, right? The mother of the person who was killed actually said to him, yo, and he was saying this a while. The mother of the person said to him, yo, bro, Big U is going to get locked up before the end of the month, before the end of this month. And Whack put this out pretty much months ago. Whack 100 Big U audio DNA. Here we go. Let me see.
And you know another
Whack
thing
100 audio family Big
that be killing me is this fucking Clubhouse. What the fuck is that, bro?
I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Like, I have never been on Clubhouse in my life, bro. What is that, bro?
So apparently, the person who got killed, RW,
where niggas just gossip all day.
Their family have been talking.
It look like one big ass.
Now, if you ever seen like a criminal investigation,
right? It look like one big ass party chat where
the police
niggas
are
just tell everybody business, bro.
Come to the family, especially the mourning mom, and be like, they'll give them.
You remember how you used to have them group chats on Facebook, them private ones where niggas would go try to expose you.
Might make an arrest.
That's what that shit
we're doing
is.
A search. Like, again, just like major updates that they could give the family some hope. Yo, we did not forget about your son or your daughter that passed away. Now, apparently they gave some details to the family that, hey, listen, we ran some DNA tests, and it looks like might give us like enough of a hit that we might be able to get a warrant. I think we're going to go pick up Big U at some point, right? They tell WAC 100. WAC goes online and tells and then essentially, like literally, they pick up Big U. But this was the audio that WAC obviously recorded, even though you're going to hear I think the woman is going to say to WAC, please keep this between me and you, while WAC got his finger on the record button. Here we go.
Right.
I was tripping that it took 3 years.
4 years. 3 years.
To run DNA.
It just made.
So what? They was contacting Big U to come give up DNA and he wouldn't do it?
Well, what had happened was when they was doing the investigation and they wanted to take down DNA, he wouldn't give them his DNA, so they had to serve him a search warrant.
Hold on, let's stop right there. First of all these phone calls being recorded is wild. This nigga fucking whack, bro. You can't have a conversation with this nigga without fear of it being recorded, bro. Like, no cap, bro.
Alright, now watch this. But then again, Big U had a dope case, huh? He might not have. So that he probably wasn't. You had a dope case, a conspiracy. So
yeah,
wait,
they tested my brother Neil.
Okay, so that's bad work. Give me swap.
It's in my brother.
Match me. When I paroled out the penitentiary, they made me swab. But then again.
Okay, so WAC is talking to the woman about the woman who's the mom of the guy who died. By the way, I do have the guy's Instagram who passed away. This is him right here. His name is Ray Williams or Ray Shawn Williams or whatever. This is him. Apparently, I guess the story goes, he was kind of like signed to Big U. Big U puts him in the studio, gives him budget, whatever the case is. He don't like the studio or he thinks Big U is like taxing for that particular studio. He eventually makes a diss song that's targeting Big U. Big U hears the song and supposedly kills him. Let's listen. Is this a song? To say the song, right?
No need for me to hate you, I wish you the best. Young nigga self-made, I put it on my flesh. But I ain't hear you what you say it with your chest. And I be posted on the east, but catch me on the west. She gon' suck it when I need it, just don't make a mess. Da Vinci and Prada down, that's just how we coming. And I was flying down Vermont, doing the whole honey. She tryna act nonchalant when I know she want it. My pockets got big knots, keep them birds coming. Fuck it, roll over, get some head early morning. Then Brody, he get the tweaking when he off in person. Ain't no M's in my family, I gotta be the first. I lost my pops and my granny, it gotta be a curse. I'm supporting all the bros, copping all the merch, yeah. And I pussy nigga toes, put them on a shirt, yeah.
Okay. So that's some of his music. Let's go to his story.
This nigga academics, bro.
Does he got any videos or picture with Big U? Okay, YN Vibes. Posting his first bottle of Don Julio. Okay. Maybe this was the studio. This sounds like that looks like the studio, the Big U studio. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, yeah, this guy it's the same studio.
His mama's mad, man, quick to fuss. He got the Glock, but I'm a German on this gun fight. My last bitch hate me for what I did on that one night. You.
Okay, I'm pretty sure the song that he dissed Big U is in here somewhere.
Right.
One of the things students love about culinary school online
I
with
bet you find
Escoffier
that bitch.
is the toolkit. Our students.
We're just not gonna find it.
Oh, he's not.
Okay, bet.
Right. Nah, for real though.
All right, so now Wack is talking to the mom.
Think you had a dope case, huh? You might not have.
Don't tell nobody because they don't want nobody.
Here we go.
Find this shit.
Since of April.
Hey, what? They still ain't arrested you, nigga?
You talking about Big U?
Well, they told me between me and you, please, between me and you, don't tell nobody because they don't want nobody to know. They're going to be making an arrest the ending of March, the beginning of April.
So, you niggas the only one got the whole complete run.
So basically, the mom knew that they were gonna make an arrest, and if you hear at the end of the call, she's actually gonna say, "Listen,
What Wack do? Watch. I had a nigga tell. Now I'm out of. Now I'm up. Why he ain't? He burned that bridge long time ago.
okay."
Two, right?
There's a longer part of the video where the woman actually says, "Oh, the DA is gonna pick it up and work it with the Nipsey Hussle situation," which that's loose, unsubstantiated rumors that Big U had anything to do with Nipsey's demise or whatever the case. I think that's kind of already been set in stone that it was Eric Holder.
Nah,
But
ain't shit been set in stone.
there is a
nigga.
video where you have somebody like Wack 100 and Loose Cannon. They were speaking on Figmunity about, or back.
She got a big U. That's when he went down there. Nipsey did the diss song. A lot of people don't know Nipsey got a big U diss song.
Now, this is very, very. This is a parallel. So they're saying that the kid that Big U allegedly killed made a diss song about him. They're also saying Nipsey did a diss song about Big U as well. Maybe Big U really just don't like getting dissed. You know what I mean? Shit, I wouldn't diss that nigga at all.
Right.
But anyway, listen to this story.
They don't know it.
You don't have a clue.
Right? You don't have a clue. Something like that, right? He mentioned his name and everything, right? And that's when he went out there and knocked him out. That's when Sam
No,
came.
he didn't knock. No.
Well, he said he knocked him out. He said he knocked him out.
No.
Sam came out busting the air. I got the call to come bail him out. Come to find out that was a play.
Yeah, so basically, let's get this straight. So, Nip had an altercation with him in the studio or whatever. Big U was like, "Is this song about me?" He was like, "Yeah, it's about you, cuz." So Big U threw the water bottle at him, right? So he was like, "We're gonna have to go downstairs and get down, right?" So they in the middle of the street, and Nip kept just bouncing around. You get what I'm saying? Not trying to get hit or whatever, trying to fire him. So he was like, "All right, cuz I'm gonna have like my little homies come because nigga, I don't have to win for this, right?" So the next day, TD and them came and he was just doing some bullshit or whatever like that. So they try to come. Big U tell Nip, get in the car. You gonna go on Bryanhurst and you gonna get down, right? Black Sim like, you ain't taking my brother nowhere. You get what I'm saying? And he tried to pull him out the car. When he tried to pull him out the car or whatever like that, Nip looked over and he was like, "Listen, long as you don't, me, we good." So he was like, "Nah." So Fats, right? My homie Fats.
You talking about another situation?
I'm talking about the same situation.
The situation is happening when Black Sam bust in the air.
No, he did bust in the air, but Big U tried to fire on Fats.
Fats put him on his pockets.
And then Fats put him on his pockets.
I got a call on that one.
He put him on his pockets, right? So, Fats is like 5'4", but he was stocky. You get what I'm saying? He put him on his pockets.
So, if you don't understand, explaining an altercation between Big U and, of course, Nipsey Hussle, where they're saying you was offended that Nipsey had a diss song about him, threw a water bottle at him, and was like, "Yo, we got to go get down." They went outside. Look like Black Sam intervened a little bit. They say, "Yo, we got to go down there" or something like that. And then,
Man, for real, that nigga Sam, bro. Rest in peace, bro.
Look like they're trying to get into it, but like Big U is an older gentleman who's kind of out of shape. He's like, "Yo, you got to go fight this other guy," and it's like we got to go down there to get all that type of shit. I'll back it up a little bit that you guys can hear.
Ask him like, you ain't taking my brother nowhere. You get what I'm saying? And he tried to pull him out the car. When he tried to pull him out the car or whatever like that, Nip looked over and he was like, listen, as long as you don't, you know, me good. So he was like, nah. So Fats, right? My homie Fats.
You talking about another situation?
You know I'm talking about the same situation.
The situation this happens when Black Sam busts in the air.
No, he did bust in the air, but Big U tried to fire on Fats.
Fats put him on his pockets.
And then Fats put him on his pockets.
I got a call on that one.
He put him on his pockets, right? So, you know, Fats is like 5'4", but he was stocky. You get what I'm saying? So he put him on his pockets. They try to rush Nip. You get what I'm saying? Like Paws and all of them, right? And so Black Sam busts in the air. When he busts in the air, Big Useless had the police already watching. They
said Big Useless.
30 seconds, right? That's how
we don't even know till Black
That
Sam
nigga said Big
and
Useless.
the other
That
dude
shit
from
kills me.
40s tell us when we started exposing, they said, bro, whack, you know that night that when that thing happened, when the police came, Big U flashed something and started directing the police. And we're like, what you mean? This is before we learned about the community leader and the Greek. Like, we dumb to the fact.
Yeah.
He didn't see what he didn't see, and I'm like, so when we start reading in depth, and we brought that dude store, I said, bro, come. He like, whack. Once dude flashed the badge, and I'm finna take y'all somewhere. At that point in time, he's a peace officer. Okay, SKG.
Ain't you live right now?
Remember the chick? We exposed it. The chick threw the water on him. He had to stand. He ain't knowing they recording. And he said, call the police, right? And the chick went to the room, right? And the police came and knocked on the door. She said, I'm in it with me and my kid. He said, yeah, but who's arresting me? The hotel. The hotel said, ma'am, we're not arresting you. The gentleman downstairs is making a citizen, no, it wasn't even a citizen arrest.
A private arrest.
A private arrest. They cuffed SKG. This is, we put it up.
Yeah, they
took her to jail because Big U made a private arrest as the community leader.
And then tell her the next day, if you want these charges to drop off, come to the hood and catch.
Put it up. This is like, this is here. Like, fuck what we talking about. So we.
Okay. So essentially, they're saying that this is how Big U just kind of been rolling around, which is kind of scary. Anyway, people have been blaming Wack for like this whole thing happening, and Wack went off on Big U for making that video right before he went to jail, claiming that he's one of the reasons the feds came for him.
Saying I ain't committed no crimes and covered nothing up with development ops. This shit crazy. But this how they get you. They get one or two people to say something.
We skipped through.
Crimes and stuff with these black.
Yeah, dummy, stupid motherfucker. This is 2025. See, here go the problem. You
Pandemics, what up, bro?
He didn't go attorney up. Because your attorney would have told you, come to me, don't say nothing, don't do no videos, and we're going to walk you in if that's what you're going to do. Because what you just did, dummy, is you gave the federal agents all the motherfucking firepower they need, because now you can't read. There go that shit. See, your
Right.
man,
No,
they
for
ran some
real.
motherfucking superseding indictment paperwork. Nigga, we just learned about this March 3rd, 2025. Bozo. This investigation started 2021.
Oh,
how do
God.
they know? I'm going to tell you how they know. You got a nigga named Bate, motherfucker, Sylvester, who I've been knowing probably before you, because he didn't used to fuck with you. Red Mike's brother. Y'all know who this nigga is, right? You done took this nigga, a regular nigga. Let me tell you what type of nigga you is. You took a regular dude, a regular civil dude, because you had no more firepower or no more soldiers or flunkies around you. A regular dude, and you intimidated him and made him do things and participate in things that you knew dead.
Wait, by the way, they tell me that this Nipsey Hussle Big U song is out. Big U, this song, Nipsey Hussle. You don't include lyrics? How's this a diss to Big U? Let's see. I can't play the song, it's gonna get flagged. Let's just read the lyrics. Look, you don't got a clue what you want to do. I'm busy getting rich. You think I'm gonna stop for you? I built this shit on my own. Everybody knows it's true. Still niggas act like they're supposed to have control over what I do. But look, they don't got a clue what I've been through. Nigga, you don't got no trust funds or eat off silver spoons. Nigga, ain't no peace inside my house until I move. And I damn sure ain't recall having no exit route in you.
I remember that though.
I don't got a clue of what you want to do.
I damn sure don't recall having no exit route in you.
What's good is a dream.
Oh God.
You can't make it come true. What good is a team if everyone depends on you? Hope opportunity don't knock. What opportunist in your group? Cause then what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Cause if you share your success, not your struggle, you's a fool. Then you start looking like food. The game don't even chew. Eat you up and shit you out. Them critics say you through, but look, they don't even got a clue what you was trying to do. But keep it 100. 100 don't keep it you. I'm gonna tell you what to do. Here's what you do. Say fuck the middleman. Get on your marathon
and get your loot, nigga.
I hustle because I have to, not because it's cool.
It's cool, nigga.
And over time, become accustomed to the bullshit
niggas do. Oh
now,
God.
Cool had to bounce back and regroup.
Hope you don't expect shit from me because I don't shit from you, nigga.
Oh shit. That nigga looked like he was not down with the extorting. They were extorting Nipsey too? I thought they wasn't going to extort him on Neighborhood Crib.
Hey, you stupid.
They would do the call like that?
What he started to do, you know what he did? He turned into motherfucking Sonny Brasco. You remember how Sonny Brasco's motherfucking, his wife started telling him, you're starting to become them. You're supposed to be undercover. They started to think he was really a rolling 60 Crip. I got the power. You ain't gonna like this. I'm the only buffer between you and Big U. If I get out the way, this gonna happen. You sending niggas over there to extort for $500 and $1,000. Let me tell you something, you silly, dumb, stupid, nitwit, dick-witted, bozo ass nigga.
Whoa.
You picked up more than 10 occasions we read the federal motherfucking money given to the motherfucking victim. You stupid motherfucker. You pressing, they got a motherfucking Scarface goddamn camera in the motherfucking clock, and you sending Vay, a civilian, who's supposed to tell you. Vay ain't no goddamn gang member. I said it, that nigga Vay talk about.
I ain't gonna lie, this nigga Wack got all these niggas.
Wow.
Well, he ain't get him locked up, but they locked up. Wack don't give a fuck. He going in.
He going stupid.
Don't even fuck with you. He don't even carry your name, cause you beat him half to death 6-7 times. You remember the first time in 04? Paul Roos had to come bail you out, help you get out, turning you up. Remember all that type of shit? So let's talk about who we need to pray for. You a motherfucking monster, nigga. That's what the fuck you is. You didn't kill no blood. You didn't kill no. You didn't kill no motherfucking A-Tray gangster. You didn't kill none of that shit. Nigga, you went and killed one of our own, nigga. A young, inspired motherfucking kid, nigga.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Fun fact. I don't know if y'all know this shit, right? But Big U grew up in the A-Tray gangsters, my nigga, on 81st in between Hoover and motherfucking Figueroa, my nigga. I know this for a fact, nigga, because I stayed on the same street, my nigga. Like, this nigga grew up in A-Tray Hoovers and turned 6-0, cuz.
Football. Y'all look at that face of my PTR. That's the face of Rayshard Williams right there. Look at that fucking face. No mustache. Innocent face. What you do? You say he did a diss song we never heard. Leave him in a ditch? You left a nigga in the ditch. Hey, talk to Bay. Sylvester the one.
This nigga got all the information. This nigga the police, bro. This nigga the police, bro.
Yeah, I love Wack, but this is why you can't beef with Wack.
Right. That nigga is the feds.
Since when the gangster's not supposed to be like, yo, why you kill him? It's like, What the fuck? We gangsters. We kill people. That's what gangsters do. Wax sounds like a concerned parent.
He said that nigga sound like a concerned parent.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, I'm a gangster, of course. I left him in the ditch. Yeah, that's kind of. Yeah, I shot his ass. Yeah, I left his ass in the ditch. That's how it goes. Wax over here like, yo, what? You did that? I'm like,
oh, we never heard. Leave him in a ditch?
Yes.
You left a nigga in the ditch. Hey, talk to Bay. Sylvester the one told the police. Y'all got the call and y'all drove from fucking there to motherfucking goddamn Vegas and did what y'all did. D-Say, motherfucker, now I'ma talk about it. DS is a nigga named D-Say. D-Say is the one that told them motherfuckers that you had him go pull the camera footage down. These is all your people. These niggas ain't power rules. They ain't 100 people.
Now, this is the only part that do get a little spooky. And I asked Wack, like, nah, you know, I got it from the family. And certain shit look like he got it from the family. Here's the thing. I read this indictment back and front. It just calls certain niggas witnesses. I don't know their names. Now, granted, you know, Wack's a little bit, I guess, maybe closer to the situation. Wack's just saying these niggas' names. Like, he knows all their names already. Like, I have no fucking idea how Wack knows all their names.
Cause he
like,
the police nigga.
Like the nigga who, there's a nigga who pulled the camera footage down. That person is just called a witness. He is not listed by name in there. Wack just knows that.
That you had him go pull the camera.
Right here.
Vegas and did what y'all did. D-Say, motherfucker, now I'ma talk about it. DS is a nigga named D-Say. D-Say is the one that told them motherfuckers that you had him go pull the camera footage down. These is all your people. These niggas ain't power rules. They ain't 100 people. What do you mean? The 100 people ought to be ashamed of yourself. No, it shouldn't be. Nigga, they should burn down developing options. Y'all coach, all you parents, if any of y'all show up this season fucking with that, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself because that could have been your motherfucking boy in a motherfucking ditch. Since you want to pop my name, now I'm a pop. Nigga, you could never do nothing better than me, nigga. All you could do better than me is be dumber than me, nigga. That's
wow.
Damn. It's dumber than me. Big doofus ass nigga. You sitting here on motherfucking IG talking about what you didn't do, you stupid motherfucker, and never read your paperwork of everything they got you doing. Shit ain't got nothing to do with Wack. It seemed to me like I've been threatening the paperwork. I ain't said nothing. I don't give a fuck. What you mean? How did they know? How did they know? How did they know they was gonna raid my house? How did they know? Oh, use the goofy. Let me show you how I knew. You stupid mother. Right now, how I knew. This how the fuck I knew. You weird ass nigga. How did they know? How did they know? How the fuck you didn't know? I'm gonna show you how the fuck I knew.
This nigga wild.
Let me understand something, right? You've been a couple years. What year did your brother killed?
My brother was killed in 22.
So it took them 3 years to do fucking DNA?
They said that Big U was running for a long time, like he didn't want to take the DNA test.
Well, here goes the thing. Big U's DNA is already on file for Rudy Ferrone. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, for real though. Nah, they take all your. Nah, that's true though. So like whenever you leave a pen in California, bro, like they do a whole DNA test on you. They do a swab test on you, my nigga. So your DNA can be on file for the rest of your natural fucking life, nigga.
All right. Holy shit. Now, there's a part of the indictment that's kind of like crazy, right? So do you know that Adrian Broner, I think they just call him AB in here?
They're gonna talk about AB.
Maybe it's the dice game. So there's a cooperating witness who basically recounted that there's a large buy-in dice game that occurred in Los Angeles June 2019. The game involved professional boxer AB, which is Adrian Broner. AB's associates and several other prominent NBA players, according to cooperating witness one. AB and his associates fixed the game and cheated the NBA players out of millions of dollars using teased dice. I don't know what that means. Following that game, Henley directed the group of Big U Enterprise associates to rough up AB, which means beat him up, who didn't check in. So it looked like AB started finessing, but didn't check in. And he says they wanted to get the money back on him on behalf of the cheated NBA players. You could imagine the NBA players probably were paying some type of checking fee or extortion fee to Big U. Multiple members of the Rolling 60.
Bro, let me know if you can hear me on camera, bro. You can't hear me? I said, can you hear me on camera? Ah, shit. You can't for real? Yeah, like, can you hear me talking right now on Twitch? Fuck. Hold on. Bro.
Ultimately arrived and Henley used them to press ABs. CW1 said that Henley was involved with the incident because Henley was involved in while it would improve the dice games to similar events, including a large sum of money, because they're saying that Big U would usually be the person to approve those shit. So if AB did it without his consent, whatever. Anyway. It's why they were going to try to press him.
Watch a whole movie on this
multiple persons involved in the incident who have been since interviewed, including former NBA player, confirmed that Big U was paid $100,000 for negotiating this debt. Okay, however, each was later approached by associate and told they still owed the money. CW1 is aware of other instances where NBA players and celebrities would need to work to get approval in advance from Big U to ensure their safety in Los Angeles, such as parties, gambling games, advertising shoots. So these celebrities would have to seek or pay for protection or approval or face retaliation from the enterprise, okay? Listen to this. At the outset of the investigation, victim 1 was identified as an extortion victim. Victim 1 is described as below. From between April 14, 2022 until April 15, so that's the day, 2022, victim 1 conducted a consensually monitored meeting with Big U and other unidentified individuals.
Oh wow, this nigga was wired.
And others that he got into with AB after AB cheated a current NBA star out of $1.5 million and a former NBA star out of $5 million. Henley also also said that he charged the NBA players $100,000 so he could get their money back from AB. A confidential informant involved with the cheating scheme corroborated this information, and that AB was confronted for failing to check in while Big U regarding the dice game. This is treacherous, chat.
This shit is, bro. This is, bro.
Now they accuse him of taking money from the family just for his own personal gain. Obviously, the murder. This is some like real.
I live and it is what it is. And if you catch me, then you catch me. If you don't, both probably should still be in jail, but they not. They free. Same thing with A$AP Rocky. So like I said, you never can count these. Probably was the Nipsey one, and my only other.
Yeah, we don't know what basketball players he robbed for that amount of money.
Rose to prominence in that gang decades ago, and he has since been a fixture on the internet, talk shows, and
I've still been trying to figure out who this
all
nigga
things
is.
that law enforcement have looked at closely as part of this investigation. He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur, running a music label, and of somebody who gives back to the community here in Los Angeles, funding a South LA-based charity, developing options, which purports to help at youth risk escape gang life.
This is crazy. Hey, is on this nigga, bro.
Ah, yes, that time a single U.S. submarine took on an entire.
How to create dope t-shirt designs for a criminal.
FBI, open up! They trying to send Young Thug back to jail for some tweets.
They trying to send Young Thug back to jail for some tweets. I told y'all it was a
Shout
setup.
out my
I
nigga
told
Mac
y'all.
Muller.
I told y'all they gave that man 20-some years probation. I told y'all it was a setup. Shout out to Poetic Flacco because he's on a run right now, my guy.
Oh God,
He
Poetic
giving us
Flacco's
all
on the
the
run, bro.
Fannie Willis has officially filed a motion to
That's
send
that
Young Thug
weirdo
back
lady.
to jail.
That's that lady that was doing that weird shit. It's something about her we don't know about. I think one of these rappers that hit her and quit her or something, gang.
Oh God.
Do your homework. Or maybe
Oh,
her daughter
God.
been sucking Rapadinos and it's something about it, folks. She got a hard out for these rappers.
Nah, facts.
And it all stems
crazy.
from a couple of tweets that Young Thug posted yesterday. Tweets are not illegal. This
Tweets
is
are
America.
not illegal,
we have
right.
freedom of speech. But because Young Thug signed quite possibly the worst plea deal I've ever seen a high-profile celebrity sign,
Yeah.
they have the leisure
signed a
to
bad-
essentially
he signed
send
a
Young
bad
Thug
plea
to
deal.
jail whenever they so please. And this right here is a perfect example of it. When we found out what Young Thug's plea deal was, everybody and their mama on social media told Young Thug, bro, you better all fight in this case, bro.
And the crazy part about it was 5 days later, everybody else who was on the case with him beat the case. Even his lawyer said, bro, don't sign this deal. Don't do it. We gonna beat the case in a few days, in a week. You straight. He still signed it.
Participation in criminal street gang activity.
Yeah,
How do
he,
you plead?
bro, nah.
As to count
No.
58,
Pled
violation
guilty
of
to
the
that?
Georgia Controlled Substances Act. How do you plead?
No.
As to count 59, violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. How do you plead?
That was a setup.
As to count 60,
Super
violation
setup.
of
They
the
wanted
him to
Georgia
do that.
Controlled Substances Act. How do you
Super
plead?
setup.
As to count 61, possession of
Man, I told myself a long time ago, I ain't taking no more pleas, bro. I done fought every case on my mama, nigga. Every gun case. Ever since I caught that first time in the pen for that dope, bro. Every case after that, bro, I fought it, bro. It's a big difference from fighting something and taking plea deals, bro.
armed during the commission of a felony. How do you plead?
Guilty.
And as to count 1, conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. How do you plead?
No law.
As to count 56, participation in criminal street gang activity under the leadership charge. How do you plead?
No law.
No law means no contest.
Right, no contention.
As to count, thank you, Your Honor. As to count 62, possession of a machine gun. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Look at the lawyer. The lawyer was wrong. Holy shit.
The plea deal was horrible, bro.
Plea deal
they
was
gave
horrible.
Young Thug 15 years of probation.
Look at this shit, bro. Upon service of 5 years in prison, commuted to time served. So basically, he got a 5-year joint suspension, followed by 15 years on probation. So for real. Followed by 20 backloaded years. Nigga, that's really 40 years, bro. No cap, bro. Because when you think about it, right? They could violate this nigga any time in between this 15 years or whatever, bro. Listen, bro could get a jaywalking ticket. No cap, bro. Bro could get a jaywalking ticket, right? Have to go to like fucking, what's that shit, misdemeanor court? But because he showed up in misdemeanor court, right, they can throw that shit out and his probation could still violate him for coming in contact with the police, bro. That's crazy word, bro.
I'll do 20, right? Years just one time, they can send him to jail for 20 years.
Yep.
Because the 20 years is a backloaded suspended sentence.
Right.
And their terms for violation is even more ridiculous. Young Thug is banned from Atlanta for 10 years.
That's
Thug
crazy.
But I will tell you this, though. So, like, one thing about suspended sentences is this. This is what most people don't know. They think that, you know, if you get locked up on this, because I've had a suspended sentence before, so I know what that is, right? I got a 5-year suspended sentence, right? So, and I was only out for like want to say 6 or 7 months before I violated that fucking joint suspension. But you know, all that time that you were out on probation, all that time, like after he gives you joint suspension from that day forward, all that time counts. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, they can't just, you know what I'm saying, violate you on the last day of the joint suspension, right? You feel what I'm saying? And give you that whole time. It'll, like, if they violate you on the second to last day before your joint suspension is up, you're only gonna do a day. You see what I'm saying? So all that time counts. All that time that you're out on the street and shit like that, all that time counts towards your joint suspension sentence.
Gang terminology, he can't use it in his music.
He can't say
so
slat,
he
can't say
cum,
slime.
Slime,
Yep.
20 years in jail. He can't hang out with any
I'm
fellas.
probably gonna hop on,
20 years in jail. Right? He can't contact anybody
UFC
who
in a
was
minute.
on that particular case with him besides
I'ma be
20
on
years
for a
in
minute.
jail.
That's crazy.
So it's just so restrictive that it's almost impossible for Young Thug to avoid not going back to jail for 20 years.
And I don't be understanding that. Like, okay, you locked me up for this crime. Why is who I talk to in the stipulations for me to go to prison? So I'm going to prison because I talked to a motherfucker? Cause I had a hold on, y'all, cause y'all know I love putting y'all on to that easy money. Cashkick.com is a free to use cash rewards marketplace that helps you save and grow your money. This is some of the simplest. Make $300. Law or got caught with a gun, you can tracking on. Cause I sent out a tweet. That's crazy to me, gang. Not cause I broke a law or got caught with a gun. You can't get caught with a gun. Well, you do something illegal. You got 10 bricks in the trunk. Send me to jail. That makes sense to me.
Nah, for real.
But don't lock me up because I had a conversation with a motherfucker you told me I couldn't talk to. Grown as hell. What the hell?
You know the plea deal is bad when your own lawyer is coming out after pleading and he's telling you, bro, we could have gotten a not guilty plea, bro.
Easily.
I'm not happy with this guilty plea, but Thug wanted to take it because Thug wanted
he wanted to get out. Yeah.
As far as
I remember that.
How Jeffrey's feeling now, he knows my feelings, which I'm not going to reveal for attorney-client privilege. But this is not the same as a not guilty verdict. That should have been rang. But nobody here wakes up every day on a concrete
slab
floor that they're calling his bed, gets up at 4:15, gets shackled.
I feel you.
His waist in his hand.
I feel it. But you already been here though, bro.
Nah, no, you been there forever.
But
you might as
I
well
think
do that extra little time.
Scared. He like, bro, I ain't gonna take the chance and you know what I'm saying?
Courthouse.
I ain't gonna take the chance and get
eating out of a
20
bag.
years.
Doritos is his meal of choice. And then coming to a courtroom and sit there with a leg chain on him every single day and hear lie after lie. So for Jeffrey go home today and not have another 90 days or 120 days of it, he is very happy. Thankful to the honorable court. So to answer your question, this was not what I wanted. I don't believe that it is just.
It's not.
But I believe that under these circumstances, it is justice for Jeffrey Williams, and he is delighted, as are we, and thankful.
Essentially, Young Thug sold his soul to the devil that is Fenny Willis, and he done signed up to be in Fenny Willis' grip, right, for at least 15 years. So now what we have is, because Fenny Willis feels like she can abuse her power and do anything.
Yeah, she's weird,
Because she essentially got Thug under this 15-year probation that threatens him with 20 years of backloaded suspended sentence. So yesterday, Young Thug made a tweet that Fenny Willis didn't like. Young Thug posted.
Oh, yeah, I remember this. He posted this in the Lil Baby, biggest liar in the DA office. How is that violating of your probation? I don't understand that.
Biggest liar in the DA office, and this is a picture of Marissa Verrado.
Right.
I'll call her Verrado the Vixen.
She's the thought, the quote-unquote undercover detective thought. That big slick. I think she been sucking and fucking all the rappers, and she get information, and she don't even know what she talking about. I think she just one of them weird. Like a lot of these girls, bro, when they be weird like this, bro, even the guys too, but with the girls, it be something else going on that we just don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Like it's some type of weirdo. Like you find out, girl. Like, you ever know them girls that just mean to everybody in school for no, like, why you mean to everybody? Why? Or why it seems like you mean to everybody who light skinned? What's wrong with this?
Facts.
Turns out a light skinned girl took her boyfriend in kindergarten. Do your homework. Do your homework on kindergarten. You feel? That be what's going on a lot of times. So I don't be knowing what's like, you know,
who has essentially
like what's to
managed
y'all
to
for real?
weasel her way into the good graces of gangbangers all across the city because she looks like a BBL Instagram model. And she managed to weasel information out of them, and then she
looked
testifies
like Lord
against them
Farquaad
as a gang expert.
Oh God, she
It's a
do.
dirty game she playing, which is why she never shows her face in court. But right
she
now,
don't
it's
show
the
her
same
face in
lady
court.
who was testifying in the YSL case, got caught up in multiple lies,
Yep.
got discredited, the judge yelled at her.
Yep.
She's a mess. But Young Thug posted this because she's now doing the same thing to Lil Baby. All right, so
Right.
she was testifying in the Goodfella Lil Baby Ops RICO case.
Oh, we seen
And
that.
while she was testifying in front of the grand jury,
We seen that.
she testified that the Goodfellas was on wiretap saying that Lil Baby put a bag on their head. But here's the thing: they
never said Lil Baby.
Right, she came to that conclusion on her own.
She's weird. You see what I mean, though? It's weird. That's weird. That's weird. If they said Lil Baby, or if it was real evidence, cool, bro. But that's weird for you to go off on yourself and say that they talking about Little Baby. Like, what the fuck? That's weird. And like, y'all gotta do some type of background check on these hoes, man. Cause that's weird.
Oh, what's going on? Man, them folks, like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even like that, man. Them folks got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
These folks got tickets on a lot of these folks. You can't tell me what I'm even talking about for real. Like, come on, bro.
He said them folks got a lot of tickets on a bunch of these folks' heads. Did y'all hear him say that? All right.
No, he didn't say that.
Folks got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
These folks got tickets on a lot of these folks. He didn't say nobody head. He didn't say money on a. He didn't say none about none of that.
He said them folks got a lot of
And he
tickets
didn't say Lil
on
Baby
a bunch
name.
of these folks' heads. Did y'all hear him say that? All right. She gonna watch, and Marino's gonna explain it to them. Hold on. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna play it on its own, so y'all be like, Sylvia, why don't you shut up? Okay, I'm gonna play it again. Okay.
These people, we know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unk, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unk.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by what do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harmed. Or killed.
And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had.
Like, how did you get that? How did you get that from that? They were saying that Dominique Jones got this. How did you get that from? These folk got tickets on these folk. Like, come on, bro. Y'all reaching at this point, gang. It's bad.
Tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
They never said Lil Baby's name, but they brought the gang expert Marissa Ferrato in court.
Gang
So she
expert.
can testify. But here's the thing.
What?
When
The
she
gang
testifies,
expert?
the court is not allowed to put the camera on her face. She is an undercover detective, right? She
Wow.
is remaining anonymous. So what's going on?
She ain't that
here
damn
is,
anonymous if we know her name.
because she's been in the YSL trial, because she's been in several high-profile trials, people in court has identified her, and they've been posting her on social media. So Young Thug posted Biggest Liar in the DA, and he showed her picture, showed her face, but he never identified her as Marissa. He just said, "This the biggest liar." But
Maybe they trying to
nonetheless,
violate him because
Right.
he's not supposed to know her face and all that. But if that's
Right.
the case,
So, like,
I don't
Fannie
know.
Willis was very upset that Young Thug posted this, right? Because first of all, Marissa is supposed to be like incognito, undercover. So you posting this is already out in
right.
Somebody currently testifying in the high-profile gang RICO.
Yeah.
Right. You know, gang RICO, like for example, Goodfellas, who was
But somebody-
known for taking out snitches.
somebody need to tell Young Thug to shut the fuck up, though. That's the real. That's the real. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
boom.
Somebody needs
On
to tell
God.
Young Thug to shut the fuck up.
No cat, no
You
cat.
feel me? I remember when
No
he first got out of
motherfucking
jail,
cap.
he was like tweeting and like saying little stuff like, "Gang, this ain't the time for you to be doing all this extra stuff, gang. It's time for you to shut up." I would be a model citizen, my nigga. I wouldn't even jaywalk. I wouldn't even cuss no more. I'd be at church. Every time you see me, I have my hands crossed. You feel it real? Come on, man.
So Fannie Willis is upset, right? And Fannie Willis is putting all the blame on Young Thug because apparently after Young Thug posted this, death threats started to reel in. People began to threaten, Fannie Willis, began to threaten Marissa, began to threaten her mama. So
But I'm
Fannie
saying,
Willis
what they gotta do
filed
with-
a state motion to revoke Young Thug's probation.
That's insane to me. Like, ma'am, you are a real weirdo. You are a real weirdo. This is why I ain't gonna lie, bro. And a lot of people ain't gonna like me what I be saying, gang. But I don't think can we get some male these females is like, come on, don't get me wrong.
Facts.
A lot of niggas is weird. But these female, when you give a female power, bro, it's dangerous. Piss a girl off. Make a girl mad. You gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. You make a nigga mad, okay, he might want to fight you or something, but 9 times out of 10, you ain't really do nothing like that bad. Next week, 2 days from now, he get over it. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get him some booty. He ain't even thinking about it no more. A girl, bro, we seeing girls get mad and they'll go call the police on some shit that you might have did 40 years ago. A girl will lie and say that you tried to
That part.
to get you arrested because you
That
cheated
part.
on her.
That
A
fucking
girl
part.
will burn your clothes. You don't hear about niggas doing that. A girl will burn your clothes, break your game, break your TV, break in your house, scratch your car up because you made her mad. And don't get me wrong don't even get me started on the girl who got power to put this man back in jail. Ma'am, you are evil. It's something wrong with you. God don't like that. God don't like ugly like that. You trying to put a nigga in jail for no reason, not because he did something illegal, because you mad. Because you and your fifis. Like, that's weird to me, bro.
Now,
I
they
don't care
will
what
claim
nobody
that
say.
Apparently, Young Thug, who is the defendant, continued presence in the community under probationary supervision presents a clear and present danger to public safety and undermines the rule of law.
What?
The cold part about all of this is Young Thug isn't even in their community. Y'all banned him for 10 years. Did y'all
From
forget?
Atlanta. He's not
Look
even
at
there.
How vague this is, and you can't tell me probation ain't slavery, yo.
It is. This is slavery.
Apparently, Fannie Willis believes that she has the power to send Young Thug to jail whenever she so pleases, and her reason is the
can somebody
conditions
fire
of
this lady?
probation were imposed pursuant to OCGA.
Wait, where is he reading it? OCGA. Conditions were imposed. Okay, I
Which
see.
authorizes courts to establish and enforce conditions necessary to protect the public and uphold the administration of justice.
What does that even mean?
So apparently Young Thug don't even have to violate the specific conditions they set in place. They can make up conditions as they go, right? If they so please decide that Young Thug breathing disturbs public safety, they can bring him back to prison.
This is
Under
wicked,
the
bro.
section escalating threats and witness intimidation, they will say the investigator
Witness
Marissa Viverado is
intimidation.
currently testifying in a multi-defendant gang murder preliminary
Time to get
hearing,
the fuck up outta
which remains
USA, boy.
ongoing and is set to reconvene on Monday, April 7th, 2025. During this hearing, the
or
court
call Donald
explicitly
Trump,
ordered
nigga,
that the
'cause he don't
witness
like
not be
Fannie
shown on
Willis either.
television while testifying. Despite this order, a known blogger deliberately violated the court's directive by posting on social media she doesn't want to be shown on screen. Well, here she is, along with a photograph of investigators.
And is that what? That's not even Young Thug didn't do that. Young Thug did not do that. Young Thug did not break her picture. He didn't go in the courtroom and sneak something. He didn't do none of that. Like, this is weird, gang. Like, don't get me wrong, bro. The Lil Durk stuff, the Yellow Beezy stuff, the stuff like that, it's crazy. But it's like the King Von type shit. Like, it's crazy, but it's like, okay, at least they got real evidence. At least they got wiretap evidence of Lil Durk calling them and doing this and doing that, and he got wiretap evidence of video evidence of them going. They locked up for killing FBG Doug. They got video evidence of them leaving Opla. Okay, then that makes sense to me. But you just locking niggas up because you think something? Because this is weird, bro. Like, it's just weird. It's just weird. It's just weird.
Gator Viverado. The blogger who did that was Infamous Sylvia, by the way. Now,
Infamous
they're now
Sylvia.
saying that Young Thug apparently got wind of this, and Young Thug decided to add his insult to injury too. The work will say on Tuesday, April 1st, 2025, Jeffrey Williams, Young Thug, amplified this act by reposting the image with the caption, "Marissa Viverado is the biggest liar in the DA's office." Yo, they put this in quotation as
And
if
that's not
what
even
Young
what he
Thug
said.
Young
Exactly.
Thug never said her name. He said
He just
biggest
said-
liar in the DA office. Like, if you're gonna put something in quotation in the official court document, bro, you might as well
In
get
the
it accurate.
official court
This is
document.
why Young Thug and them beat what they didn't beat it, right? Like Yak Gotti beat the RICO, but Young Thug pled guilty before he could beat it.
Yeah.
But this is why they beat it, right? It's too many administrative errors.
I'll
They
be
will go
suing
on
they
to
ass.
say
They,
that
man.
Young Thug post quickly went viral, amassing over 2 million views with thousands of comments and retweets, many of which included direct threats to investigator Viverado and her family.
But he did not directly threat them. He just said biggest liar. That's the same thing they doing to Lil Baby. Talking about some he incited a gang war because he went and shot a video. That
Many of which included direct threats to investigator Viverado and her family. At this point, it feels like if you're on probation, you're not a citizen no more, bruh. Like, free speech don't exist for you just because you're on probation.
Right.
It makes no sense. Young Thug is not responsible for those threats. Like, bro, Young Thug posted her picture because he felt like she's a liar. And he called her a liar. He ain't say, yo, go threaten her. So,
Right.
these are the specific threats they're talking about. Twitter user by the name of Mikey Day 100 posted,
if the hate is real, then pull up to her mama crib. Oh, damn. That's spooky. But again, that's not Young Thug's fault. Like, I can say that. It's America. I can say I think somebody is the biggest liar. Or I could be lying. Lying is not a crime. I could get on motherfucking YouTube right now and tell you that this hoodie is green. I'ma get locked up for it. Come on, gang, what we talking
the
about?
hate is really real, then pull up to her mama crib. Now, they got her mama address marked out, but obviously he didn't mark it out, and he
Right.
actually posted the address and doxed her.
Right.
But here's the thing, bruh. Now, can you imagine being one of these Twitter trolls? You posting one out of your 1,000 tweets, and then you wake up and you see yourself in a complaint for Young Thug? I feel
That's
like
crazy.
us normal people, we will be really upset, really frantic, really scared. But for trolls like this, I feel like they live
They
for
happy,
this, bruh.
yeah.
Like, they live for moments
Yeah.
like this, yo. Right? They now feel important. But again, I don't tie this to Young Thug. I don't tie mentally ill
Exactly,
people
bro.
to Young Thug, bro. Like, this makes no sense. Young Thug has nothing to do with this.
Like,
Now-
so if I come out, if I make a tweet like say that I hate Xbox, and then somebody under that tweet like say, we gonna do something to Xbox headquarters, and then somebody, it's my fault now.
But this one ain't no screenshot. This one you can tell Fannie Willis took this picture herself.
Right.
Right, because this is taken by a phone through the screen. So Fannie Willis took this picture herself, man. So the tweet says, "I will personally make sure Fannie Willis is assassinated," and they marked out Fannie Willis' crib.
That's crazy.
Now this tweet got 93 views, bruh. So
93
you know
views.
somebody was looking and searching. Again,
Right.
mentally ill fans have nothing to do with Young Thug.
Exactly,
I don't
bro.
see how you were directing this to Young Thug.
Right.
Young Thug never asked you to do this.
Exactly.
Now, to
Now,
me-
if Young Thug go on Twitter and he say, if he could get on Young Thug, he get on Twitter and say, make sure y'all go find her and smoke her, and we don't want her alive. Okay, if he say something like that, then I get it.
This is the scariest one. If I'm this dude, I'm terrified. Because
Oh, no.
on Twitter, you can literally search terms and find what you're looking for.
Right.
But this dude posted it on his Instagram story. So that means
Who
the
is this?
fans had to be watching his profile to be able to see this. And he posted, dumb I used to live at altitude and got my Airbnb shut down.
She a weirdo.
I'm terrified, bro. Because what do you mean the feds got my IG story? How they find my IG story? Fannie Willis is moving like she thinks she's the queen of the world or something.
Yeah, she weird,
How
bro.
does Young Thug have constitutionally protected speech? He's not threatening her. He's not bringing no harm her way personally, right? But he can't have an opinion that she's a liar? Now Young Thug can't have an opinion on you guys?
Right.
Yo, this is just unconstitutional. Now, Young Thug will respond back to Fannie Willis and the DA trying to make it appear that he's threatening people, and he'll make it very clear he's not threatening anyone. Young Thug posted,
he said treats.
I don't make threats to people. I'm a good person. I would never condone anyone threatening anyone or definitely participate in threatening anyone. I'm all about peace and love. That's definitely a call from his attorney, bro.
Hell
so make sure
yeah.
you put that out there.
Lawyer said, boy, you better
Now,
go
here's the
say
thing,
something.
bruh. I don't know why Fannie Willis keeps acting like she really wants to smoke. Fannie Willis don't want the Brian Steele smoke no more, bruh. Brian Steele came in the courtroom, came in that trial, bruh, and embarrassed all of them, bruh.
Right.
She don't want the Brian Steele smoke anymore, bruh. So tell her stop asking for it. Now, I don't know how far this is gonna go, but this seems like she's really pushing to send Thug back to jail.
Yeah.
Now, Judge Whitaker.
Hell yeah, she pushing like he got to be on even straighter arrow now, because if they trying this, imagine what they'll try if he get pulled over or he get caught speeding. Meek Mill went back to. They tried to send Meek Mill back to prison because this nigga popped a wheelie. Do your homework on wheelies.
Purposefully. Now, if you was watching the trial, you know they wanted this to be an automatic thing. You violate, you go back to jail. But
It's not like
Whitaker
that.
Said, nah. She changed the wording to where whenever the state want to violate Thug,
They gotta
Thug
get
has
it
to come in
approved.
front of her, and she decides.
Okay, that's good.
If it's a violation and how much time he gets. Because they wanted Thug to violate and go back to jail for 20 years.
Today, right.
Automatically 20
Right
years.
now,
But
that's
she said,
crazy.
no. I would decide how much time Thug would do when he violates.
Right.
So y'all let me know in the comment section, okay?
Y'all heard what I said, man. I think it's weird, and I think like it be girl like okay. Niggas is weird. Do not get that confused. But like I said earlier, bro, girls be weirdos. Like girls be weird, gang. Like a different level of weird, and I think they be weird because don't nobody really tell them nothing. Like ain't nobody really like the dudes they talk to, they not gonna tell her she weird because they trying to hit that ass. And the other girls that she kicking it with not gonna tell her she weird because they probably weird too. Do your homework. So it's like, but I feel like she weird. You getting people Airbnb shut down. You trying to snitch on people. You stretching shit the whole farthest. Like for what reason? There's no way you getting paid this much. You probably like the other lady that tried to violate Young Thug. She's weird. You can see it all in her face. I knew she was weird the whole Young Thug trial. She was a fucking weirdo. You feel me? This is beyond me though, gang. This beyond why the fuck why they not getting fired? Y'all ain't got no impeachment for this. We can't impeach the DA office, folks. Cause on Bro Grave, this is bad, gang. God damn. Squad, I'm talking about okay, shout out to Poetic Flocko. But every time I wake up, it's something new and crazy going on, gang.
Time is running out. Snap your W and file your taxes 100% free now. Plus, get your biggest refund.
States she's grossly incompetent. We can't let that happen. They're the ones, don't forget, who got Fonnie Willis and her lover boy boyfriend all jazzed up. This guy, the governor, you know what? She's an embarrassment to the state of Georgia. He's the governor of Georgia. He ought to do something. Many, many people, their lives have been, forget about me, many people, I'm used to it. It's true. I'm used to fake crap that goes on with these politicians. But many, many people, their lives have been destroyed because of Fonnie. F-A-N-I, Fonnie. You have to pronounce it Fonnie. It's called Fanny. You have to pronounce Fonnie. I don't know how she gets. She should add a little U in there someplace if she wants people to call her. No, her and her lover, right? Lover boy Wade. She hired him because of experience. Paid him almost $1 million a year for experience. He's got great experience. He never did a thing like this in his life. He knew nothing about it. The only thing he knew about was something else. He knew about that. That's all he knew about. He didn't know a damn thing. Do you know him? Have you ever met him? Yeah, a couple of times. You ever see the phone records? Phone calls being made at 3 o'clock in the morning, like every single night. Phone call from her house. And he said, no, not well. I don't know her well. No. And this governor, I assume, I don't know, he could straighten it out because his state has become a laughingstock over it. And you know what? I love this state. I won this state twice, in my opinion. Once I won, and I did much better the second time. And Bert knows it, and Beach knows it, and everybody else knows it. He could have ended the travesty.
2025 has been wicked. Let's just start there. You feel me? They saying that these murders are the reason why Little Baby will be locked up for a RICO indictment in the next 90 days. It's going.
Had a crazy idea to change the.
The big win in Memphis.
They offered me $3,000 for my minor accident. This Harvard AI calculator showed me it was worth $85,000.
With a big win in Memphis a couple nights ago, in the Lakers with a big win here against the Rockets on Monday.
Big win in Memphis.
Lakers control, and here is Pajemski, and he is on LeBron James. Takes it, Reeves three. Drawing Doncic on the D. Reeves is on Pajemski. The triple away, and that'll tie it.
Crazy from that three-point line.
And since he's come back, he shot 50% from three. In the opposite corner, Reeves another starters off the charts. 23 and 4. James, the trailing Doncic through traffic. And the other way comes Green. Here comes Moody with a three.
What a start.
On the hatch. What a start.
He's on the floor thus far.
Doncic going hard on the fly. Oh, and Hayes will jackhammer it in. For 15, they're playing very well at 44 and 31. Pajemski again. Another three. Neither team can miss. Round the horn. Doncic with the Curry close. Picked up by Hachimura with another offensive rebound and a three from him. We just said he has not shot yet in the game. Works on Doncic. Snakes his way in and scoops in the contest. Santos right there, and it's Curry. And they quickly double him. Kuminga, stutter stepping and trying tonight. 16 points over Curry. Three won't go. Doncic an offensive rebound. To Reeves, he's open. LeBron is down. Curry to Santos. Curry got the screen. He'll take it in with Green serving as a on the shot. A lot of missed shots here in the second quarter. Butler making a move. Got by Doncic, who's reaching in, and they'll count it for two. Santos, Kuminga. And again, they form the wall in the corner. Another three, and Moses Moody will drain it. So Kuminga dribble the other way. 21 and 17, the road record of Golden State. A drive, count it, Kuminga. Fouled as he...
So visit Sotheby's.com to the Max Foundation, and you can learn more.
Thank you, Allie. Here's a James three.
Races now for the Lakers.
They got a 4-on-3.
All right, come on, let's go.
Got it on the pass from James. Golden State shooting 44%.
Oh my God. Get the fuck out of here.
Next is Reggie Miller, Doncic. Outside. Hachimura. Triple and a couple here for the Lakers. 37-year-old Steph Curry defended by Reeves. Pajemski on the cut, and they cut as well as any team in the league.
Especially Pajemski.
Pajemski got a hand on it. There's a steal. Green got it. Pajemski will fire the three. Here comes Curry, 3 of 7. Moody is screening from way outside. He got it. Vincent screen.
Okay, bro. If you want to lose that beer belly, start Lazy Guy workouts on Monday, April 7th.
Screening now, Reeves will go up against Curry. Nice ball rotation to the open. Vincent for the 3. Picked up. Got numbers. LeBron is ahead. Doncic in and down. The other way, 2 seconds. Podziemski. Why not? Off the glass and down the hatch. Only 8 points. Had 20 the other night against Houston. Sneaks one inside. It's James Hachimura. He'll put up a 3. Podziemski works on Hayes. And Green will put up a 3, and he knocks it in.
But he has to keep teams honest.
Hachimura on top to LeBron with a triple. Hayes couldn't get it. Here comes Curry the other way. Cross court, Butler in the corner. Moody, 3. Book it. 7 boards. Oh, intercepted by Hayes. His dad was an NFL tight end. You can see where he gets his hands. James takes it in with the reverse. Pretty play for LeBron.
They're rolling the dice, leaving Green in.
Curry will make a move and find Draymond down low, and he's snuck right by Jackson. 3 threes. LeBron, corner pass. Hachimura down the baseline.
Okay.
Tries and got it. Green, corner 3, no. Rebound inside. Podziemski. Curry with a 3. Fouled as he fired the 15. Big shot by Steph. LeBron the other way. Bulldozing for 2.
What a strong.
And here comes Curry. Doncic in the way. In second chance points over the Lakers. Reeves,
oh, nice pass.
Reeves the hockey assist. With only 8, Hachimura drives into Santos. Rejected by Kuminga. Down court Curry.
I gotta ask you because you were in the building.
Let a Curry take it in for 2 the hard way.
Nice move there by Curry. Tell me the
was taking it. Kuminga is there. Doncic. He sets like that and is in. It's a Santos rebound. Kicks to Kuminga. Corner. Curry, the fake, the fire, and the 3.
for the Warriors.
And a 12-point lead for Golden State. 2.5 in the third. Driving Doncic could feed LeBron. Kuminga will work on Vincent. Likes that matchup. The bump.
What?
The shove, the fall, and the 2.
I think Kuminga falling.
James will make a move.
Uh-oh.
Off that baseline. Doncic has been quiet, but building steam here in the third. Works on Podziemski.
Well, Coach, what are some of the small things you need to see your guys do that you know will add up over the quarter to finally close this gap?
We got to do a better job on the defensive glass.
What will you tell Luka to encourage him to not look at that poor shooting performance so far, but keeping the same Luka, the aggressive self you need to be a game changer?
I'm not worried about it. He's always going to shoot himself out of it.
Thank you, Coach.
13-day road trip. They won in Memphis a couple nights ago. Another big game tonight and one tomorrow.
Uh-oh. AR. Let's go.
Finney Smith. Leaping catch. James is there. Butler with a 3. He got it. Ring it up. Jimmy Butler. James was doubled. Finney Smith in the corner for Rui Hachimura. He'll put up a 2. He's got 20. Long shot.
And those are the...
Here's LeBron, 22 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. Reeves goes by Butler and puts up an open shot in the paint.
His points, defensively, he does a great job on the other team's best wing player.
All right.
Reeves with a 3. Percentages of home in the NBA. 29-9.
Oh, he's too small down there, bro. Easy. Curry too small out there too.
But it might be what is needed to turn this around.
Blank face, another adjective. Going inside is Butler and out to Green. 3. Count it.
Look at Green. Called them all in the room, on the road, and passed it out.
Kuminga to winning. What a cut. What a feed. Finish in the top.
If you're out walking daily and you're not seeing the results, it's really pretty simple. You just aren't walking enough for your current weight and body.
The top 4 in the Western Conference. With just a handful of games left. Double teamed was Doncic. LeBron with the 3 over.
Bang, bang.
Curry.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Doncic has it. Numbers the other way. 3-on-2. Luka, corner, Reeves, 3.
Bang, bang.
Curry shed good one. Curry down the lane. Curry scoops it home. Steph Curry puts it through. Inside they go. Hachimura will spin for the deuce. He's got 30. Curry's got 30.
Uh-oh. Let's go.
Hachimura converts to go. Warriors by 7. Green sets a screen. Curry 3. Come on. Hachimura gets off to LeBron. Green is right there. Here's a 3 LeBron. Curry inside, snakes, feeds, Green side. It's Podziemski. His 3. Oh! Podziemski now up to 28. It's a Reeves 3.
Oh, shit. Baby low.
Podziemski now up to 28.
Oh, my
It's a
goodness.
Reeves 3. Is this an all-star game? 15, a big game tonight.
Wait, did he hit 2 back-to-back like that, bro?
Curry inside, snakes, feeds, Green side. It's Podziemski. His 3. Oh! Podziemski now up to 28. It's a Reeves 3. Podziemski now.
Nah, okay, they just showed the same replay over.
It's a Reeves 3. Is this an all-star game? 15, a big game tonight, like the game and the win in Memphis. Reeves got some.
Bang, bang, nigga.
This year will be number 9 because he'll be on the first or second team.
Bang, bang, nigga.
On top, Finney Smith 3. No, it's knocked out by Hachimura. Picked up by Finney Smith. Lost the ball. Butler's got it. Now Curry. Curry the other way, fouled by Reeves.
Oh, man, good game,
Warriors have
bro.
come up with another gigantic road win. Absolutely huge.
This week doesn't feel like the playoffs already started.
I mean, it does. We've set a goal of trying to lift our level of play, preparing
I'm
for
glad when I
hopefully a playoff
went to the
series, but we
Rockets
know
game
every game
this
matters
week.
down the stretch. And the
The
intensity
Lakers pulled
been
that
crazy.
shit out because I would have
That's
been
what you
mad
love,
as a
like, having
motherfucker
something
if I'd have went to
to
this
play
Steph
for
Curry
is,
game and he had
special.
won.
You've definitely awed us with your three-point shooting before, but tonight under the basket, there was some serious creativity. Do you practice the falling out of bounds, getting fouled, flip over the head, or do those things just come with the shooter's touch?
My mom always used to say I was like the clumsiest kid, so I'm good when I'm off balance.
I love it. Lastly, this puts you within a game and a half of Denver. They're up next on your schedule. Just what's the Jimmy Butler effect on the confidence, the spirit, and everything heading into these critical games?
He doesn't need to remind anybody who he is and what he's accomplished everywhere he's gone. Just the competitiveness and the presence. You don't have to look at the box score every night. Very similar to Draymond. It's just he's going to be in the right place, make the right plays. If he needs to score, he can. He can play make. He obviously can guard. And we've been great since he's been here for all of those reasons. BP was unbelievable tonight, stepping up in the first half. Moses gave us great minutes.
How to
Nobody wins when the family feels.
I don't wanna argue, yeah, you got it. You got way too many skeletons in your closet. Gotta know what I'm very
Do you need a loan for your business? Well, if you've been around for over a year, I'm about to show you how to get up to $3 million in funding if your business qualifies. Sounds too good to be true? Then come closer. I'm about to show you how you can access the capital your business needs without putting up a king's ransom to get it. You don't need a $100 million business. You don't need to spend weeks filling out paperwork. And you certainly don't need to pay sky-high interest rates. All you need is a business that's older than 12 months and makes at least $200,000 in revenue per year. Check it out. Every single day, thousands of business owners across the country get loans to expand their operations, hire new staff, or buy equipment. That's billions of dollars in funding available to help small and medium-sized businesses like yours. You could get up to $3 million in your account by tomorrow. And that's why we created My Loan Ally. My Loan Ally is designed to help business owners like you get the funding you need quickly and easily. With My Loan Ally, you get fast loan approvals. Money can be in your account by tomorrow. Flexible repayment terms that work with your cash flow. No collateral required, so your assets stay protected. And a whole lot more. And this isn't some shady fly-by-night operation either. My Loan Ally only works with the top lenders to help businesses like yours get the funding they need. And look, I know what you're thinking. If this thing is for real, it's probably gonna take a lot of time, right? Like,
A quiet gated community in Miramar becoming a crime scene early this morning after gunfire rang out there.
A man hurt and hospitalized, and the search is now on for the shooter responsible. Local 10's Hannah Yashivi joins us live from the scene with the details in our top story. Hannah.
Christian, Janice, this all took place outdoors and inside this gated community. A few neighbors I spoke with tell me that they heard some sort of commotion or a fight happening around 7 a.m. between a few people. Then one of those people got shot, and now the Miramar Police Department is trying to find that shooter.
I gotta be real. When it come to dudes putting their hands on females, man, I dislike them with a passion. Now, one dude from Miami, he learned the hard way. Now, before we really talk about how he learned the hard way, fam, I want to ask you a question, because he made one mistake. How long do you be in a relationship before letting that significant other live with you? What if I told you that the man we talk about today, who lost his life after some actions at a nightclub the night before, he let his girlfriend move in after 4 weeks, just 1 month. And in less than 24 hours of me doing this video, the Miami Police Department has came out and said this young girl was responsible for taking his life. After slapping her twice with their open hand, it took authorities more time to arrest her than their relationship that ultimately cost his life. Today we go over this woman 65-page affidavit. We talk about the details, we pay our respects, and hopefully somebody can learn from this. So before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no anger. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're gonna jump right to it. Fam, today we're going to Miramar, Florida, which is a city in southern Broward County. It's a suburb of the Miami metropolitan area. As of 2024, the population was a little over 130,000, making it the 4th largest city in Broward County, which is the 6th largest city in the Miami metro area and the 14th largest city in Florida. Fam, meet 36-year-old Alec Matthew Hugh Sam. He moved to Miramar in 2014. He was known in the nightlife in Broward County. On Thursday, October 3rd, 2024, at around 7:06 a.m., Miramar police officers have responded to the 11,000 block of Southwest 30th Court, Miramar, Florida, in reference to a shoot. Upon arrival, Miramar officers made contact with the victim, Alex Sam, who was found lying in the middle of the street suffering from a single gunshot wound to the upper torso. Alex Sam was transported to Memorial Regional Hospital by Miramar Fire Rescue, where he ultimately succumbed to his injuries. May he rest in peace, and love and condolences to his family.
In Miramar, where a man was shot and killed this morning. Right now, there's an all-out search for that killer. Local 10's Roy Ramos is live on the scene with what he's learned. Roy.
Nicole, residents we got a chance to speak with tell us they heard a shot fired early this morning. They looked outside of their windows to see a man lying on the ground. Unfortunately, that man did lose his life, but it's police now searching for who shot him and why.
But it was just one single shot. Boom.
Miramar residents who live in the Avalon Apartments waking up to the sound of gunfire Thursday.
All I heard is, the shot. And then when I look out the window, that guy's laying on the ground.
Cell phone video we obtained from neighbors showed paramedics working to save the victim's life just before police said he was rushed to Memorial Regional Hospital, where he ultimately died from his injuries.
Somebody said we're losing him.
That victim, identified as Alec Matthew Hugh Sam. Investigators said the fatal shooting all happened inside the front entrance gate, the gunman quickly taking off, which prompted a search from the air and ground.
We don't know if he fled on foot or if it was in a vehicle, so for that reason, police did establish a perimeter, which is why you saw so much police activity in the area, because they were looking for a suspect.
While officers with guns drawn canvassed the area near Red Road Miramar Parkway.
There's not a suspect in custody at this time.
It's detectives who we watched take pictures of a black Mercedes and black Kia. This as they questioned 2 women there at the time with hopes of finding out what led up to that shooting and who pulled the trigger.
One of them, I guess, is the girlfriend, and she started screaming over the guy, Alex, Alex, don't die, Alex, Alex.
And while the scene has been cleared for a few hours now, it is still a very active investigation. If you have any information you feel can help the Miramar Police Department, you're urged to call Broward Crime Stoppers. That number, 954-493-TIPS. For now in the city of Miramar, Roy Ramos, Local 10.
Now, the local police department had 11 911 calls to report that incident. And one of those calls came from his girlfriend, who's been on the run for months, who's identified as Yesenia Collier. And during the first call, Yesenia can be heard saying, quote, "He shot the nigga. He shot him. He shot him," end quote. Also present with Yesenia during that 911 call was a woman identified as Jocelyn Morello. Shortly after, Miramar officers made contact with Yesenia and Jocelyn, who were present during the shoot and who was with Alex Sam throughout the previous night. The females were separated from one another. Officers allowed them to remain seated in their respective vehicles for their comfort. Miramar officers identified both females by their government-issued identifications and documented the phone numbers each female had provided. Now, Miramar crime scene collected a single 9 shell casing, which also was consistent with the fact that Alex only sustained a single gunshot wound. The crime scene also responded to Memorial Regional to photograph Alex Sam and collect any relevant evidence. Detective Mark had took custody of Alex Sam's cell phone for digital forensics examination. Shortly after, an interview was conducted with Yesenia, who identified herself as Alex Sam's girlfriend. Yesenia advised that she and Alex Sam had been together since July of that year, which was 2024. And keep in mind, fam, that was only a month before the incident. Yet and still, according to Yesenia, Alex still allowed her to stay at his residence, located on the 3100 block, Southwest 111 Tier, Miramar, Florida. And according to Yesenia, this how they date went the night before. Around.
If you've recently been injured in a car accident that wasn't your fault, I've got one question for you. Do you know how to get the maximum compensation that you deserve in the shortest time possible without jumping through countless hoops, chasing down firm after firm, or paying crazy attorney fees? I'm about to show you how I got this $50,000 check that I'm about to deposit into my bank account for an accident I was involved in just 5 months ago. The same accident that the insurance company offered.
Tremaine Williams, we will not be hearing him saying "sweetie" in a long time, I believe.
You might though over the phone. He's such a
oh yeah.
Yep. Shout out Draco. Shout out Gloss. Shout out and if I'm CJ. Shout out to everybody that's been through it. Even the street TV dudes. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no hate towards anybody, but we're gonna set the record straight. We're going to always stand on the truth. And we got integrity before money. That's IBM. And it's sweetie. And we're going to keep getting to it. We're going to get to the bag.
Yeah, over the
phone. Chaser, he's still calling in.
What should I say? She's about to upload one of those videos from Pahrump. You know what I'm saying? They all day, I'm gonna say, man, you got the tablet. You can go to the screen on the wall or you can grab one of the tablets. They got like 15 to 20 tablets to distribute between the door and between what groups or whatever group you ride with, man.
And tell the viewers, what is Pahrump? Tell the viewers like.
Pahrump, that's a private jail. That's a private federal facility. So Las Vegas don't have a federal facility. So basically, Pahrump is a private jail that has a contract with the FBI to send you there. So like if you get locked up in Vegas, you're gonna go to their county jail first or one of them little Henderson spots. You're gonna be there for like 2 or 3 days, and then U.S. Marshals gonna come get you on that van and they're gonna transport you to Pahrump. You're gonna stay there. Pahrump is also like a whole, it's like a hub for transporting too. So if you're not just fighting the case from being arrested in Vegas, you can go there to be transported, you know what I'm saying? Because that's like a hub for where they do transporting to other jails and stuff too. So probably within like the next 3 weeks, the feds gonna come snatching, either bring him to MDCLA, Santa Ana, you know what I'm saying, County, or San Bernardino or something like that.
Hey, so they don't have like New York has MDC in Brooklyn, LA has MDC downtown. If you go to the feds in Nevada, they don't have sort of an MDC version there?
No, that's Pahrump.
They just passing through.
Or you're gonna be in one of them county jails, depending on what side of Pahrump you fall in. You're gonna be in a county jail. So you will hope to fall on the side that Pahrump is on, because if you go in there, it's gonna be like Disneyland. Everything is only really like 2 lockup units. You got to be like high max to go there. But even they got the PlayStations there. But you're gonna be in that dorm, You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? The commissary good. They got all the candy you want, all the sodas you want, the food cheap. They got microwaves in there. They got hot pots in there. They got about 10 TVs on the wall. And they got about six PlayStation 5 devices distributed between all the races. So, you know, and you get, like I said, you got the iPads in there. You can download, stream all the music, and visit. You know what I'm saying?
That is not jail.
And he'll be there for at least no more than a month, right?
No more than a month. It's gonna take them roughly. I stayed there 28 days before they came and got me. So anywhere probably from like 28 a week to 28 days, depending on. They don't care. And as long as they know they got you in custody, they gonna come get you when they want to get you. Like I say, I stayed there 28 days before they came and got me and took me to LA.
Now, does the MDC here in downtown LA have the same sort of politics like the LA County Jail does?
No, it got the same kind of politics as the Fed, because you always gonna have somebody who's been in the Fed on these units. All these units ain't gonna be consist of people who's just coming to the Feds. You're gonna run into somebody in there on a violation and stuff like that. So it's pretty much it's just like some black stuff. People on their little black tip. You feel me? So it's definitely different from the county jail. It ain't gonna be Fight Central like you go in there, oh yeah, gangster neighborhood, or neighborhood blood and stuff like that. Ain't gonna be none of that. It's gonna be like more camaraderie on some black time and understanding. You know what I'm saying?
So Tremaine is lucky that this Fed case picked up before his state case picked up, because if he would have went to the county jail, he would have had to deal with a lot of confrontation.
Oh yeah, for sure. You about to get ran for banging 60s, and then the 60s in the neighborhood's probably gonna be on you, because people be trying to say that he ain't from over there. So yeah, he definitely, and he act like he about that act. This is what because I would have loved to hear about Loose Cannon in LA County Jail, because how he be action orientated on the street.
Yeah.
Ooh, that county jail. Let's see what you gonna do going there, because you got some young little savages and hyenas in there that's trying to get some cool points. So. You feel me? I definitely love to see him up in there. You know what I'm saying? See what's going to happen.
And I think we spoke about this much. We were just waiting for him to go to the L.A. County Jail.
My whole thing was he had a warrant out of Riverside. And I was like, you got to come to L.A., you know what I'm saying? Where like, it's live like 2K. You know what I'm saying? When you from, like, them gangs, like A-Trade 60s, Inglewood families, like, you going to have mandatory phase, because you got enemies that come to jail and they hoods is deep. So you ain't from a get-along gang. You gonna get some action, terrain. You feel me? So I don't know, man. But I ain't gonna try to discount San Bernardino County or nothing. But I don't think he would have got as much action right there.
He's not gonna get the action in MDC like he would have got in the LA County Jail.
No, what he gotta do is just make.
Let's get this clear right now.
Let's do this.
Talk about it. What I'm saying? It's going around all on the county, all on the internet about the knocked out.
This must be deep, because I have not seen this.
You know what I'm saying?
More bad news for Big U, and this is really, really bad. So the bad news comes from an interview that was overlooked. It's an interview that was done on No Jumper with Adam and SKG.
Let me show you why I stopped paying for all my other sample libraries. This is Arcade by Output. This thing has sounds, samples, instruments, effects, everything you could ever need all in one place. I remember a friend of mine sent me a link one day to try it. From the moment I opened it up, I was like, oh.
With Adam and SKG. SKG is Big U's victim. We've rehashed her run-ins with Big U on this particular channel, so we're not gonna rehash it again. Just know that SKG and Big U have had several run-ins, including one time where Big U brutally beat her in Nipsey Hussle's store, and she believed that Nipsey Hussle set that up. So she has been outspoken about Big U in the past, but this interview, she revealed a whole lot that I never knew. SKG portrayed Big U as the devil himself in this interview. She gave more information regarding Nipsey Hussle's murder and the investigation currently going on. She talked about things ranging from extortion to hits out on people. The most shocking part about this interview was when she revealed an incident that took place a few months ago. So her and Big U had a run-in at a hotel that got captured. Now, she threw a water bottle at Big U. She got arrested. It's on camera. And she would say after the run-in, after she got out of jail, as recently as a few months ago, she would say that Big U put a hit out on her.
After I got out of jail,
I got a call a couple of days later that Big U had put a hit out on me.
Oh, wow.
And so a few people called and told me, but one person that called me was Monique Slaughter. And we quit being friends because she was going around telling people that Big U had put a hit out on me.
Oh, wow.
And that was like, wow, like, you put a hit out on me because what? I took up for myself because I'm not going to let you punk me. Okay, that's fine. I'll handle that accordingly. You know, so it's stuff like that, but I'm not scared of that man, Adam.
How different do you start moving once you realize there might be a hit on you?
I'm moving the same because I'm not walking in fear. I can't. I did that for years dealing with this man. He bleed just like the rest of us. His team bleed just like the rest of us. I'm not letting nobody never again put fear in my heart.
Man, if this is true, Big U the coldest black man in the history of black manery, bruh. Think about it. Now, Big U is being alleged of committing a murder in 2021, but the feds weren't on him in 2021. So maybe he could think I could get away with it in 2021. But Big U found out the feds were investigating him in 2023. So the SKG incident took place in 2024. So to put a hit out on SKG while knowing the feds are investigating you, man, you the biggest bro, bro. You the biggest homie. I don't think I know a human being alive who is that bold if it's true. But if it's not true, why are you still involved in activities where you have people going around the city saying you have hits on people? This is cold, bruh. And what's even colder is, in that interaction, Big U won the interaction. SKG went to jail for throwing a water bottle at Big U. He won, right? He was avenged in the moment. So to still say you want to get back afterwards? Oh, no. You the biggest bro. I don't want no, hey, I don't want no smoke. But nobody associated with that man. Just no, Flacco is laying it down, bruh. Listen, I'll be the extortion victim, bruh. I don't want no smoke with anybody who can put a hit out on somebody knowing the feds is watching. You is a cold man. But here is the incident that essentially led to the hit being put out on SKG, allegedly, people.
Did you put your hands on me? Did you put your hands on me?
Never even seen
You fuck. You's a fuck.
I think you're bullying.
Niggas a fuck.
I think you're bullying right now.
No, did you lock me in the spot?
I think you're. Can you call the police?
Yeah, call the police. Call them now. So I can press charges for what you did to me.
You see that?
Yeah. Did you lock me in the spot?
We don't allow recording inside the hotel. Just making you guys know.
Did you put your hands on me? Did you try to blackball me?
I think you're mentally ill.
Bully? Did you? You bully?
Did you just throw something at me?
Did you? Bully?
Did you see that?
Nigga, if I have my work, I'll blow your ass back. You bully? Did you almost make me lose my baby? Did you put your hands on me? You fucking bully. This nigga's a bully. This nigga's a wow, this nigga's a bully. Call the police. You bully ass. Did you put your hands on me? This nigga's a woman beater. Big U, Jimmy Kinley, John This nigga's a woman beater.
The cops came and SKG went to jail that night. Now, Monique Slater isn't in the street. She's not a game hanger. She's a reality TV star. So if she knew that information, then the streets knew that information. If the streets knew that information, then the feds knew that information. That's crazy. Now, another part of this interview that really bothered me, or at least showed me a lot, was when we think about Crenshaw and that neighborhood, we think of it as Nipsey territory, as Nipsey having a lot of pull. But if you watch the Black Sam and Big Boy interview, Black Sam spoke on how Nipsey brought DJ Khaled to the hood, and people, thought he was talking about Big U, and some people were very upset, and they tried to kick DJ Khaled out the hood, or extort him to pay a fee to film a music video in the hood, and Nipsey Hussle and Black Sam came and shut it down because, Khaled was their guest. So apparently a similar incident happened when Nipsey Hussle invited some people to his shop, right? He gave them the green light to come to his shop and shop. But when they came, they got robbed by, unknown people, wink, wink. And when they got robbed, they said, yo, Nipsey Hussle invited me. And apparently they said, man, we ain't Nipsey. All right? If you come here, you got to check in with us, not Nipsey. And this sparked SKG to have a real conversation with Nipsey about his safety.
I seen Nip as a young boy when he first came in this game, and he really didn't even need Big U. He was Nip before anything. And so I was very hurt because I seen what he had become. And he didn't deserve that. But when me and Nip made up that day, I told him, something's going to happen to you if you don't move from over here. And he said, why would you say that to me? I said, because they don't respect you. I told Nip that. Other people felt that. The day me and Nip made up, a fight broke out. Nip allowed some different gang members to come into his shop because he showed love to everybody. And the gang members that went into his shop was from a different neighborhood. They ended up getting robbed. And so they were like, Nip said, we cool over here, we cool over here. And they were like, nah, we said you not. If you feel like that, you don't respect him. Because if he's an artist from over here and he said they were good, why would you disrespect his establishment, him as an artist, him as somebody that's from over here? And I told him, I'm like, they don't respect you. Like, something is going to happen.
A lot of people would discredit this as, this is just SKG talking, but one, I've never heard SKG lie. Now, she's not, Jesus, but I've never heard her lie. Two, this is credible because it falls in line with everything we've been told and everything we've heard about the internal gang struggle between Nipsey Hussle and Big U, where Nipsey Hussle was becoming the international superstar. He was becoming Grammy nominated. He was becoming a face and a factor, and people was pretty much looking at him as like, the face of the Crips. Not just, his particular neighborhood and gang, but the face of the Crips. People was calling him Crip Jesus, right? So when you are becoming that mystical figure, however, you are still the understudy of somebody who has been here for 30, 40 years. Well, when you begin to surpass somebody, it can get tricky very fast. You feel me? Now, SKG would say that she believes that Big U had involvement in Nipsey Hussle's death. But she doesn't just stop there. She also gives...
When we're going, basically we have to get there kind of before school starts.
Baby, I'm aware of that. Where's that computer at? Nah, run that shit.
Some breaking information and breaking news that we will cover.
What's your perspective on what his involvement could have been with the Nipsey situation? What do you think about that?
He absolutely was involved in Nipsey's situation. And people, they don't want to say it. They're scared to say it. That's fine. I'll say it for you. He was involved with the Nipsey situation. And
yeah, what's today? Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah.
You're in school tomorrow, don't you?
Yeah.
All right.
And I want to let the detectives, because they're supposed to reopen Nipsey's case. That's what I was told.
Oh, wow.
SKG is one of Big U victims. She's been talking to investigators. She knows a lot about what's been going on behind the scenes. SKG is officially confirming what we've been hinting at for probably a week or two now, where, the investigators, the feds, the police, or whatever agency, they are opening or reopening the Nipsey Hussle murder investigation. It's supposed to be closed because Eric Holder got convicted in court and he got sentenced, and he's the only person who was ever charged. But apparently it's reopening. Now, I knew something was up when the feds came to Adam 22's house asking for the cease and desist that Big U sent No Jumper. Now, the cease and desist that Big U sent No Jumper was due to Loose Cannon coming on No Jumper and claiming that Big U gave him a call 30 minutes before Nipsey Hussle passed away, right? And in that call, he told Loose Cannon, according to Loose Cannon, that Nipsey Hussle had passed away. Now, But then when Loose Cannon called Nipsey, Nipsey was still alive. So apparently Loose Cannon is claiming that, you know, that Big U called because he already knew Nipsey Hussle was gonna die that day. So for the fans to be reopening that investigation, they would have to have something that they believe would tie Big U to Nipsey Hussle's death. This is, to me, this is like the most breaking news, bruh. They're reopening the murder investigation? Are you kidding me?
I want to let them do their work. And I just feel like if they do their due diligence, they will find out exactly what they're looking for. But come on now, you think he wasn't? Nipsey died in 2019. And he allegedly did this to Rayshawn in 2021. He felt untouchable.
So when Loose Cannon puts up the version of the story where he got a call from Big U 30 minutes before it happened, do you see that and you tend to be like, yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, I believe it. And I'm going to tell you why I believe it. Do you remember when Luce was on the show and then I think an attorney number posted a deceased for Luce with the video?
Okay.
I called the attorney and talked to the attorney myself. And the attorney, she told me that Big U just hired her for that cease and desist.
Okay.
So if there was never anything, why would you hire an attorney for that?
Maybe.
I didn't think turmeric worked without black pepper, but then I saw this clip.
The turmeric is oil soluble, which means it's not going to.
Maybe this explains why the feds may be very interested in this, because this will be a different ballgame. If Nipsey passed away in 2019 and Big U had an involvement in that, and then Rayshawn Williams passed away in 2021 and he had an involvement in that, maybe the feds is thinking, oh, wait, two bodies in like 2 years apart? Nah, this can't be the only body. These can't be the only two bodies. There has to be more, right? Like somebody just don't wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm done killing people. If you got 2 in 2 years, you probably got 4 in 4. Maybe this explains why the feds may be involved. But again, no, Big U right now is innocent until proven guilty. He's innocent until proven guilty. So until there's proof that he did this to Nipsey or he did this to Rayshawn Williams, he's innocent. But to have this much chaos and violence around your name is almost insane. Now, Adam would say that he got sent a video where, you know, and he would say in this video, it shows Big U and Eric Holder together. And SKG would say that Eric Holder and Big U, Eric Holder is Nipsey Hussle's killer, is actually closer than Big U let on.
And even just in the last day, I've had a few people like sending me videos of fights that it seemed like in the video it was Big U and Eric Holder involved in these videos. Like they may have been closer than certain people have led us to believe.
Absolutely. Big U is a habitual liar. If you haven't noticed that, if you just go back and look at his videos and look at different things, he's a habitual liar, a compulsive liar. Even with me in his situation, he lied and said he didn't know me. And then after that, he started posting pictures of us on his Instagram and tried to give them a version of a story that wasn't even true. He's a habitual liar.
Damn.
This is horrible. And I feel like it's worse for Big U because Big U essentially, he lived a long life in his gang stuff. Most gangbangers don't live to see 60. So the fact that he lived to see 60, he has acquired a lot of enemies. And when you acquire a lot of enemies, essentially what you have is breadcrumbs of people who are committed and dedicated to making sure that you get taken down. So I'm not saying SKG is unfairly trying to take down Big U because SKG in her own right has spoke on traumatic things that, that she dealt with at the hands of Big U. I've seen another interview with mobster, whatever his name, Dale from the lawsuit. He's victim 1. He's the dude who apparently was been extorted and eventually flipped over and turned over to the feds to go against Big U. He's doing interviews where he's speaking about, how effed up his situation was and how much he got put through. So when you do enough wrongs for so long, bruh, and you have nothing but people trying to go against you and take you down, it's almost an unfair fight because you have to fight the feds in court. And then you also have to worry about the battle of public perception. So even if you do beat this Rico, you come home and now everybody thinks that you are this garbage human being and don't want to do anything with you. Because while you were fighting the feds for, let's say, 2-3 years, you have a lot of your enemies, a lot of people who is testifying that you did wrong to them. They're out here really going, like really letting people know, hey, bro, this man ain't a good guy. So essentially, right, it's a lose-lose, bro. Even if Big U beats the Fed case, bro, he comes out, it's gonna be really tough to maneuver around. It's gonna be really tough to have another development options, to have another nonprofit, to have donations from athletes, because athletes don't want to be involved in this no more. This is bad, bro. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, all right? And if you're still watching, man, click on this video right here to find out why Vlad TV crashed out on Peter Rosenberg for saying this about him. Click on this video right here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here.
In his research, Dr. Morrison identified a paradox.
DJ Vlad has finally had enough of Peter Rosenberg. Like, he woke up today on demon time, man. Vlad woke up super early to violate Peter Rosenberg. He took to Twitter to leave some comments about Peter Rosenberg and his career. Vlad took to Twitter to call Peter Rosenberg every name in the book other than a child of God. So Vlad says, for all the up-and-coming hip-hop media outlets, look at Peter Rosenberg for what not to do. Same dead-end, low-paying radio job for 20 years, never got a promotion. In fact, he got demoted when Ebro took the main position on the Hot 97 morning show. Spent 18 years uploading to his YouTube channel to only have 50,000 subscribers. Most of the videos he drops get less than 1,000 views. Hated on every media person who came in the game, formed no relationships with any of us, will ultimately retire broke and bitter. And he showed the receipts, people. All right, this is Peter Rosenberg's channel. There's a couple things at play here, and we're gonna tackle each one. In comparison to Vlad TV, the multi-millionaire, tens of millions of dollars, Peter Rosenberg would probably retire and die broke. But in comparison to everybody else, that man's last name is Rosenberg, bro. If it's one thing in life I can guarantee is he won't be broke, right? In comparison to regular people, he won't be broke. He would never go homeless. He would never struggle to pay his mortgage. He's gonna be fine. The last name is Rosenberg. He's straight. Now, Peter Rosenberg will probably respond back to Vlad or others like academics who say, hey, bruh, you ain't got the chicken like us. You ain't got the influence in the audience like us. And he would probably say, I don't got the audience on purpose. I don't got the money on purpose because I chose not to go down a certain path that I believe is destructive. And that would be fair. But what I would say regarding Peter Rosenberg is there is a trend with Rosenberg. It don't matter who it is, rather it's Adam, is academics, is Vlad, is other media personalities, is Joe Budden. When you are new to media, Peter Rosenberg considers you an op. He goes out of his way to hate on you. Now, it would have been much easier from Peter Rosenberg to essentially tell Joe Budden, Adam, Vlad, or whoever the new media personality is, hey, listen, man, I don't agree with certain things you do. Here's my advice on what I would do better. If you need, any advice on how to really, like redirect this ship to really put things on the right path, hit me up. If he would have taken the role of an OG in media, I feel like he'll be in a much better position because Peter Rosenberg had one of the very first hip hop podcasts. Peter Rosenberg started with Combat Jack and Chris Morrow, and it is like before that. So he could have been in a position where he could have had Brilliant Idiots under him. He could have had the Joe Budden podcast under him. He could have been the Podfather. But instead, he chose to not form relationships. He chose to hate on a lot of people coming up. And right now, everybody he hated on is currently at the top. Charlemagne at the top. Joe Budden at the top. Academics at the top. Vlad TV at the top. Adam at the top. So he's in a position right now where all his enemies are very powerful media figures, and he's somebody who's working a regular job. I can't really pinpoint any recent activity between Peter Rosenberg and Vlad TV that took place this week or within the last 24 hours that will spark Vlad's tweet. But honestly, bro, I feel like Vlad just woke up frustrated, bro. Rosenberg been hating on Vlad since 2010, bro. Since 2010, he been hating on Vlad, yo. Yo, if I had an enemy since 2010, bro, Vlad a better man than me, bro. One of us gotta go. Sorry. We can't be ops for 15 years, bro. One of us gotta go, bro. Rosenberg will respond back to Vlad TV calling him a broke bum by flexing his First Take job. He would say, Oh snap, someone just sent this to me during commercial at First Take. Glad you are exploiting people on YouTube stuff. Is going well, man. And this right here is the genesis of their beef, man. I feel like Rosenberg is that one dude, is that one white boy like who joins a gang and automatically they put a pistol in his hand and he has to prove to the world that he's really tough. In regards to Rosenberg, what I truly feel like is Rosenberg is somebody who is self-conscious and self-aware. He understands that he's a white man in hip-hop. And because he's a white man in hip-hop, he understands that to not be considered a vulture, you have to go the opposite direction, right? Being white in hip-hop, you have to be polarizing. You either have to be the person who don't give a F about nobody opinion about whether or not you were a stranger or not. You do the content you want, you do what you want, and you live with the consequences, or you have to be on the opposite end of the spectrum like Rosenberg, where you have to shoot at the other white folks in the culture. You have to shoot at other people who you believe is destructive for the culture, so people don't think that you are destructive for the culture.
Did you see the meme that they posted on Twitter, and it was me and you and Adam22 and Vlad? Someone posted like a meme of all four of our photos, and they said, "This is hip hop media."
Yeah, yo, that was hilarious.
They used like the worst photo of me ever. It was, I was like, oh god.
Worse. Not only was it the idea of the photo, but then a bad picture on top of it. My main issue that I took with that was just like, I know there are people who don't like me. I know I've said things that people hold on to, and rather than thinking of something that you may have done that they liked, or 10 times when that you did something they may have liked, they remember that thing that made them not like you. But like, it was just such a lazy assessment, yo. Like, that was just,
of course.
Listen, I'll take you and I being thrown in a category together because there are actually legitimate similarities you could point to.
Right.
Where are you, and I don't know what their relationships are, so I don't want to put you in a bad spot. But where you get to comparing us to Adam22 and Vlad, and I get Adam22 and Vlad going together because they get to say some semi-incriminating, crazy shit. Like, I get the whole op thing, but you and I, like two kind of DJ nerds,
right,
who are respectful of the music and culture. I just don't. That was such, to me, that was a lazy but very funny.
It was funny.
Peter Rosenberg is under the notion that because he's a radio DJ or because he's more respectful, he's less of a stranger in hip hop. Now, I'm of the notion that if you contribute to the culture, I can't really call you a culture vulture, right? Because you are contributing more than you are taking out. But if I'm going off of Peter Rosenberg's perspective, his perspective is hip hop is black culture. And anybody who comes in hip hop, who isn't black, who's profiting from hip hop, you are a culture vulture. So based on Peter Rosenberg's perspective, there's no such thing as less of a stranger in hip hop, right? Meaning if you are white in hip hop from Peter Rosenberg's perspective, you are a stranger. So like him trying to say, hey, bro, Adam and Vlad, they in this corner, nah, bro. From your perspective, y'all are both in the same category. There's no less of a stranger. Arguing, like which white boy is less of a stranger is like arguing which brown person has more of a right to say the N-word, right? Like, I don't care if you are Mexican or Indian, right? A Mexican don't have more of a right to say the N-word than an Indian, okay? Right? So from his perspective, y'all are the same. From my perspective, if you are contributing more than you are taking, then you are not a vulture in my eyes, right? Now, Rosenberg and Vlad TV beef actually started way back. I'm like way back, all right? Apparently, Rosenberg thought that Vlad TV was a vulture when they was beginning or was in talks to work together, and Vlad TV asked him for his YouTube login. Now, I believe Vlad TV asked him for his YouTube login. So if we start working together and I do all this work, the administrative process, and you're just the talent, you don't get to run off with all the money that we made after, we blow up your YouTube channel, right? So I guess Peter Rosenberg was very offended by Vlad TV's assumption that he should have to log in for the YouTube if he's going to be working together on the YouTube.
The first time I met this, the first time I met the walking emblem of Culture Vulture.
Wait, is this Patreon?
No, is this Patreon? We good. I've told you the story. I've told everyone the story. All of our listeners know this story. The man asked me, he was like, "Yo, man, we should do some work together. You just got to give me your like YouTube login and password. And, we should do some stuff." And I was like, "Yo, bro, get the fuck out of my face." From that moment on, I knew this is a fucking, the stereotypes they have of our people. This is it. Walk away. When they say, "Hey, how can let's do some work together." I don't know why he's a French. He became like Dracula or something.
French vampire Jew.
French vampire Jew. But the first time I met him, and he was like, "Oh, if you give me your login and password," because I was like,
"But what do you say? Why would he want your login and password?"
Because at the time, I was hot on YouTube. This is way back before we were frigid. Way back, early days, pre anything. And he was already, rubbing his fingers together and getting all excited to figure out how to make money in this space. Good for him. He did a great job of it. But yeah, listen, maybe he meant nothing by it. But when someone says, "Yo, we should work together," I don't even know them, and they go, "Let me just get your login info." Nah. And then I've watched how this whole thing's played out. I think I made the right call.
I believe they met in like 08, like 09, something like that, right? So these dudes been beefing for a while now. Now Vlad TV has also came on his platform and has openly said F Rosenberg because he felt like Rosenberg has been taking shots at him.
Peter, like someone sent me this. Peter Rosenberg put up a story where he said, if you pay for interviews and are behind the camera, you shouldn't be on a rap list. You should be on a narc list or some shit. And I'm like, this motherfucker don't even want to say my name, huh? F him. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're never on anyone's fucking list ever, on any level. And if you lost your job, which you're very lucky to have, you would probably be homeless. Like, he's a bum. I remember he was hating on Charlemagne.
Yeah, now
I was like,
now
yo,
I only have words.
This is like a guy in the last row of the fucking theater throwing popcorn at those fucking players.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is who that is. And he's always been like that.
Peter Rosenberg and Vlad represents two different things, to be honest. And I feel like the sooner they realize that, the better off, right? Vlad represents a path. A lot of us are forced to take because we aren't accepted by the mainstream, right? The gatekeepers, we don't fit the mold that the gatekeepers want. So because we don't fit the mold, we have to come out here and do it independently and trailblaze a path. Vlad represents that. Vlad represents the hard work it takes to be independent when the gatekeepers reject you. Rosenberg, reflects a path where the gatekeepers accept you. You fit the mold of what the gatekeepers want. Right, which is why you can get the ESPN job, the BET job. You can get the job at Complex. You can get the radio job because you fit the mold of what the gatekeepers want. So when you have the privilege that Rosenberg has to where you can walk indoors because you fit the mold the gatekeepers want, and then you do everything in your power to go attack the independent people who had to get it out the mud, it's like, hold on, bruh. Like, come on, bro. Like, that's a tad bit unfair. Now, you can have your opinion on what you believe is destructive or what you believe is bad for the culture, cool. But to make it your point in like 2010 or 2011, when you were all the way up here to talk down to people like Charlemagne and Vlad and Joe Budden and try to stop them from growing because you were a big dog at the time, it's unfair. Because a lot of us, bro, we don't have the luxury of being able to walk into a radio station and getting a job. We don't have the luxury of being able to go to ESPN or Complex. We have to get it out the mud. And when we are building and grinding independently with no back and no financial help, no nothing, just us and our mic, and when you go out of your way to try to tear that down, it's personal, right? Now, I tend to resonate with the creator first because when it's time to burn down the infrastructure, because, hip-hop media, whether you're black or white or Spanish in hip-hop media, you are possibly the most exploited workforce in the world right now, right? content creators. We are the most exploited workforce. So because we're the most exploited workforce, at some point something has to change. At some point something has to shake. And when it's time to burn down the infrastructure, and I light up my match, and I toss my match, and Vlad has the gasoline and Peter Rosenberg has the gasoline, I have to go with who I believe is going to pour that gasoline first. And I believe that Vlad TV will pour that gasoline first before Peter Rosenberg. Because Peter Rosenberg is dependent on the infrastructure. So it's not even about who I believe is more of a culture vulture, who I believe is more toxic for the culture. No, it's who I think will stand up for the cause when it's time to burn down the infrastructure and burn down the gatekeepers and really get busy. I don't think Peter Rosenberg is getting busy when it's time to really, burn down the infrastructure. Again, metaphorically, of course. I do think when I light that match, or if I pour that gasoline and toss the match to Vlad and say, bro, burn it down, Vlad gonna burn it down. I don't think Rosenberg gonna burn it down. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, all right? Whose side are you guys on when it comes to this topic? Let me know. And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen, somewhere here, man, to find out why Hassan Campbell absolutely crashed out and violated WAC 100 and Adam 22 for doing this on the podcast. Click on this video right here to find out exactly what they did on the podcast. I'm gonna see you guys in this video. I'm out of here, folks.